quick as trying to say.
What's good, family? Back for another episode of Top 5 Live. Y'all know how we do. Back up in here, myself, Morgan Iverson. Javon Stokes down at the bottom, big bro, and Danny J Quick up at the top with the Ace Blade slasher hat on. I called it that because I wanted to be weird earlier in the show. And you will always also see two extremely esteemed guests on the show tonight, bro, for this insane topic that we got to get into. That I feel like is going to be very, very disrespectful tonight. So I'm first going to say their names and give some accolades, and then I'm gonna let them brag on themselves because they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like they have earned the right to do this. But since they're both award winning black artists out here in these streets, paving ways, kicking doors down for us. My bro Andrew Augustine up at the top, founder of Notion Games LLC, award winner, trailblazer, deal maker, Super Ubi Allen.
Don't gas your boy up.
Listen, bro, I'm gassing.
Hey, I'm not even saying anything, man. I'm just cooling. I'm just chilling
about
right
to
now.
gas both of them, and then I want them to gas themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to make sure that everybody in these streets understands the level of magnitude of what's going on right now. So, as I think I put enough gas there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let Andrew gas it some more after I introduce the other guest, George Gant, another award-winning artist, spectacular.
That's my dog.
Beware the toddler, freaking
Yeah.
records out here in these streets. One of the best freaking comic strips that exists. Already destroyed Archie. It's Black Garfield on steroids. It's with a far cuter kid. Garfield's not cute at all. But I'm just saying, like I'm very excited to have both of them on the show tonight. Y'all please pour some gasoline on yourselves. I don't care who goes first.
I'm gonna let my man Gio go first. You know, he's the big dog right now, man.
Oh, I think you muted, big bro.
You muted, George.
You muted, George.
Okay.
All right, can you hear me?
There
Yep.
you go.
There you go.
There you
I
go.
had the wrong mic.
It's all good.
Well, my name is George Gant. I am the creator of the webcomic Beware Toddler. I'm a Glyph Award winner. I'm a Ringo nominee. I don't know what else to say. I got a book coming out, and I don't know where it is. So, look, I'm unprepared. So, thank you for having me, and I'm sure I'll find that book around here somewhere.
It's all good, bro. You got all show to show off. So you know what I'm saying.
I'm actually surprised my boy George is on here, man. It's a good surprise. Good surprise.
Man,
They said video games. I was like, okay.
Yeah, hey, I was hyped to get everybody up in here. Yeah, make sure I put these links up for everybody, and it's also in the chat, so y'all can make sure y'all click the direct link to go directly to their page and go purchase something immediately.
You gotta beware the toddler right there.
Yeah,
Since Morgan can't be bothered.
what you mean? The link is in there,
Dude. I just had to get one in. I just had to get one in. I hate you.
I think I
now
first
you know.
ran
Now you
into-
know.
Between the two of them, I think I ran into Gio's work first. I think I was following On the Grind when you were doing. I don't know if you're still doing On the Grind, but you also had another webcomic out featuring video game characters, right?
Yep. I started with the reset button, then I moved on the grind, then I went back to the reset button, and now we're at Beware Toddler.
freaking amazing.
It's fresh. It's amazing. Yeah. On reset button, I think I also that's the one that early I tried to get on Gio's radar. I had him do a crossover with King Supreme in the reset button way back when. But shortly thereafter, I ran into Andrew's work. I think I want to say I backed your Kickstarter first. For Ubi 1.
Oh, you probably have, man. That was a long time ago at this point. I don't even remember who all backed at this point, but I mean, I guess we could segue to my introduction in a way.
That's what I was about
Andrew
to say.
Augustine, because everybody always pronounce my name wrong, but it's cool.
I was gonna tell him to look it up.
Nah, but yeah. So it's funny because I've actually met George years ago, like through MySpace, OG
Yeah, we're
social media
like 20,
days.
20 years now
Wow,
almost.
he said MySpace.
Are you?
Man, I was like
Oh
fresh
my
out of
God.
high school, man. I was fresh out of high school when I met Gio, and you know, we go way back from competing with each other in a online tournament I used to host called Come With It. And that ran for probably about 5 years before I kind of shut it down, started focusing on my projects. But what are those projects? Uh, I'm a game developer. I'm an artist first, 2D animator, comic book artist first, but then I jumped into development, and I guess that kind of became my identity at this point. I didn't realize people didn't even know that I drew anything. They just looked at me as a game developer, which is kind of funny to me because I feel like all my stuff is visual, you know, like I figured. But yeah, so I'm an artist first, game developer second. And I've created games. I worked on The Sims as the Sims 3 as the character creator, world builder, one of the world builders on the game as well. That was my first dive into games. And then I jumped in, made Notion Games LLC, and started working on Up Booby, which is a mobile game that I'm actually re-releasing in the next couple weeks. I've updated a lot. I got a franchise called Ubi is the franchise really, and he's in various games. Super Ubi Island being the next one that's kind of like an homage to Mario, Donkey Kong Country, Kirby, and I'm currently working on the sequel, Super Ubi Island 2, which I feel like is bigger, better, all that good stuff, you know. So that's me in a nutshell. I'm a artist who became a game developer, and I'm trying to, you know, open up some doors in this space for us, if that makes sense. And I didn't realize how many of us weren't in here, in the game. When I mean in here, I mean in the game industry. So I've also taught in a classroom for 3 years at a minority majority school in Houston, Texas, and I'm done with that, but I'm still heavily involved with the schools. So I'm kind of in between, you know, trying to be an educator, and somebody who reaches out to the youth to try to, you know, educate about the opportunities in the gaming industry. But yeah, that's kind of me in a nutshell. So now I'm here with you guys, kicking it. Feel like we all kind of long time homies.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. That's why I said I had to make sure that I poured gasoline, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning to pay homage to all the work that y'all have already done and all the rest of the doors that y'all still got ready to kick down. So, I mean, so I personally thank y'all for y'all's dopeness and what you've already done, but also the rest of the doors that I know are going to continue to come down because of what y'all are doing, man. Like people, I always believe in giving people their flowers, you know what I'm saying, while they're here. I mean, I even give Danny and Javon their flowers. Not
I'm about to say
Javon.
likewise,
Not
because you
Javon.
guys have been doing it, man. You guys have been killing the game with the comics. And Danny over there flexing on TikTok, you know, getting his
Yo,
following on.
I saw
You know,
that.
he's been doing his thing. So
Danny flexing muscles on right now on everybody.
yeah, he look all modest, just chilling. Like, no, bro, we see you.
Nah, bro.
You out there.
Yeah, look, I think I'm excited to have y'all on the show, man. Especially for this such a I feel like these lists are going to be extremely disrespectful. I wanted to make sure I put the gas on first before I got into. I mean, y'all can see what on the graphic what we're doing tonight. It's top 5 best game. I want to make sure I maybe let me contextualize this first. We said best games, okay? So best again. For those who have been following the show, you know what we mean when we say best.
We gotta explain this every show.
But
we really don't. We don't have to explain it every show.
I do have to explain it, and the reason is because
Morgan gonna cheat later.
If we said
every time, Morgan gonna cheat.
Bro, I don't know what heroin you have snorted recently. Okay, I'm just trying to make an explanation, and I make an explanation.
Morgan does cheat though. Morgan does cheat.
He gonna put a game on there that he never played and be like, "Oh, this is I saw on a Google list that this is the best game ever created."
You guys,
no, Morgan will be like, "Oh, well, you know, I got 3 lists, so I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use 2A And
But
this
y'all
isn't my
realize,
real list.
bro, did you really
this
just
is.
say the 2A? And on the first show, you were literally the person that did it.
I didn't use a whole new list though. You be having like Denny. Am I lying? Denny, am I lying?
I agree with you on this.
This man will be like, I got 4 lists, and
and
I didn't really want.
But you
on how
realize
the show goes.
It's
Depending on how the show goes, depends on what list I'm gonna use.
You know what though? Can I be real with you? I'm almost positive he be having like 3 lists, and he just jumped back and forth between the lists while he's telling us his list. He'll be like, guys. Okay, let me do this one, and then I'm gonna go this one, and I'm gonna do this one.
But we won't have that problem today because we got our
says lies won't tear in God's sight. I just want to put that out there. But anyway, so we're doing top 5 best video games of all time. And best.
Are we jumping right in? Oh, okay.
No. I mean, Danny wanted to get some shots off about this Scottie Pippen book that he's insanely excited about. I don't know how much Andrew and George watched. You know, I'm sure all of us grew up in the Bulls era, but I mean, I don't know how into basketball.
Okay, so I really got into basketball around 2013, like watching it. Okay. And like Danny always try to call me out, I picked the Warriors as the team that I was going to rock with.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but here's the thing. This was before they won the championship. This was before, because this is how I did it. I was playing NBA 2K with my boys in my studio.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, they was always telling me to get on 2K. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get on it, and I'm going to actually get into basketball. So I literally was like, I'm going to choose a team that's ranked in the middle between 14 and like 17. I chose the Warriors. At the time, they were like ranked 15, 14 on the game, So I picked them, and then the next year they won a championship. So it was like, they still had Iggy, they had, Clay, Steph, but they had baby faces. They weren't where they are today.
Yeah.
So
accidental.
I mean, hey, I was looking at potential, but I didn't want to see the team that everybody else was riding on.
Listen, I started rocking with the Patriots at like 2000. It was the year before they went to the Super Bowl, and then
became who they are. Yeah,
I got lucky.
Yeah,
I want to say for 2 years, Drew was posting screenshots from like 2-3 years before, like literally highlighting the dates where he was.
Hey, and it was proven, wasn't it? It was there. I was pulling out my Carfax, man. People would call me a bandwagon. I was like, nah, I educated guess. I even got posts talking about yeah, I'm still riding with them.
They my primary. Like 2 years ago when it was just Draymond.
Yep, I was riding with them the whole time.
All right,
they're my team. But my thing is, what I would do every season, I like to go for 2 teams: a team that's mine, and then a team that I feel like has potential. So I have a post where I was like the Bucks, and this was like what 2015, bro. I pulled my Carfax, man, and then they end up winning the championship. And I'm just like,
that's 100% not how fandom works, but it's cool though. Like what I'm saying,
it's not how fandom works. What I'm saying is, hey,
you got a whole you got a whole gaming company out here, bro. You can do what you want, and as a black man out here, what I'm saying, winning. So I can't, I can't hate on that.
You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah, George, are you? I know. I would imagine. I'm not even going to ask y'all the most important question, but I need to know how deep into it that you get before Danny goes on this rail, and then we know, who knows where this ends up. George, where you at? Like, you got a team? Do you care? Do you watch?
Well, y'all don't know where George is from. Oh, okay. Go ahead, George.
Well, first of all, like I've never been like the big sports guy.
Okay.
All of my family is, not me.
All right.
That said, I grew up on the west side of Chicago in the 90s.
Okay.
So I was 15 minutes away from the United Center.
Wow.
I saw the parades. I saw like my block lit up with people when the Bulls would win the championships. I drove. In fact, I just drove past the United Center the other day. So while I wasn't big into that, I saw like the effects firsthand. My sports experiences was I played the NBA Jam. I play the NBA hang time. I've always been like a hometown person, so it's always been about the Bulls. I play
I mean,
Madden. It's
being
about the
being
Bears,
from
you know?
Chicago, I can understand why you would rock with the Bulls. It makes
I mean,
sense.
who can hate on that? You can't hate. You can't hate on this man. I mean, not to mention the GOAT is literally walking in the city to play basketball. So
Yeah, like you're like 3 miles away from them. How you not root for them? You know?
yeah. So I wanted to make sure that everybody knew where everything was before Danny got into this ridiculousness.
No, but I wanted because I heard him say NBA Jam, and then I wondered, like, do you realize? Does anybody know why Michael Jordan wasn't in the NBA Jam? Like, because I played NBA Jam too, and I don't remember seeing him in a lot of those editions. Does anybody know why that? Anybody know why that was?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he wanted a particular amount of money to be featured in the sports games. But that could be, because he wasn't in a lot of games though, for not just NBA jams. He wasn't in a lot of sports games. So I think he just, knew the value of the Jordan brand, and it's like, if y'all ain't paying, don't put me in the game.
That sounds like a smart man to me.
Yeah, I think that's
more
exactly
important video games.
what it is. That's why, like all the NBA lives, they didn't have him in it, but you could basically like create him and create a player. And then at the same time, I think he actually came out with his own game independent of the NBA.
That didn't go well.
It was not. It wasn't good at all.
That didn't go well at all.
That was like his baseball career at the game.
Exactly, like his baseball career, like his GM and career.
Are you talking about that? Are you talking about that Super Nintendo game?
Yeah,
the
Windy City thing.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
You know what games used to be fire before Live though. Before NBA Live took over everything, and then 2K took over after that. But first, of course, NBA Jams was everything. But like early on, those freaking Lakers versus Celtics, Lakers versus Celtics, Bulls versus Blazers. That was the only basketball game I would play when Tom Chambers could come through there and do the freaking the rock back dunk and then dunk on anybody at all times. Tom Chambers was unstoppable in that game. I don't know. Yeah, maybe y'all don't. I don't know.
He's talking about 1988 or something.
Hey, you know what I mean? I've been a gamer since I was little.
I got Lakers versus Celtics over in the other room right now.
See, that's what I'm saying. Go to hell, Andrew.
Them games were probably horrible. I gotta look that up.
They're not great. But for that time period, they were awesome.
But for that time, yeah.
For the era.
Set down a blueprint.
Basketball game of all time is still double dribble.
Shut up.
What?
Nah, man. NBA Street Volume 2, and I will argue that.
You know what though? That sounds like from a LeBron
NBA Street
fan. That sounds like something a LeBron fan would say.
NBA Street was fresh.
NBA Street is definitely
NBA Street was
NBA Street is definitely up there, bro.
Volume 2.
So Danny, what's this issue you got with Scotty, or what's this thing, man?
I don't have an issue with Scotty. Oh God. For the past month or so, I've been talking to my cohorts, and they've been saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. He had a killer instinct that LeBron doesn't have. LeBron's pass first. Team oriented ball player, and that's my type of ball player. I think LeBron James is the greatest of all time. Okay. And a lot of people don't agree with that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I've come to grips, that some people just don't agree with me. So in my brain, because I wanted to better myself, I said I'm gonna take more of a Michael Jordan approach to life. Okay, I'm gonna take the shot, I'm gonna hit the shot, and that's how I'm gonna win. So I went on Audible and I was like, let me see what people really thought about the mindset of Jordan. I looked up this book called The Jordan Rules. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. But it was, for some reason, it wasn't available on Audible. I think he got it blacklisted or something like that. So I did the next best thing. I read Scottie Pippen. I mean, Scottie Pippen played with Michael Jordan for 10 years. He knows him better than, anybody. So I figured, let me read this book, Scottie Pippen Unguarded. And I just realized that, just because you're a great basketball player, that doesn't mean that you're a great person. It just doesn't mean that you care about people that you play with, and you care about the team. You might care about yourself, but you might not care about the people that you play with. And he just made some good points in the book, was all. So
So you think his personality is what brings him down for you?
No. It's not a personality. It's for me. I like the type of player who cares about the team, right? I want somebody to galvanize the team and bring the team together, get the best out of each player, without having to punch him in the chest or elbow him in the mouth, like some people do. And that's
okay,
the player that I like.
okay. To what I've heard from people, I like LeBron. So I'm with you. I like LeBron James. I'm more of a LeBron James fan than I'm a Jordan fan. That's probably mostly because I wasn't watching the game in Jordan's era. So I'll put that out there. But I hear people say that LeBron don't bring people's best ability out. He got players. He get all these, like, look at what's his name that he brought to the Cavs.
Kevin
Shoot up,
Love.
spot up, Love.
Westbrook.
He brought Love to the Love was
yeah,
what
you
was
said
Love's
Cavs,
numbers?
my bad.
Wasn't he averaging like 24 points a game or something crazy
He
like
sure
that?
was.
He goes
So
on the
Chris
Cavs
Bosh.
he goes with LeBron, and guess what he's averaging now?
Well,
Minuscule.
Bring the
He
best
turned him
out
into
of
a
this.
rebounder only.
That's another thing. That's another thing. The game of basketball isn't the most important part of the game is scoring. Yes. But
Yeah.
rebounds
That's not
count,
really true. It depends on the player. But go ahead.
steals count, blocks count, defense counts. There's other things that people can do. Only one person can score the ball at a time, right? But everybody can play defense. So, it's just my preference. So
okay, but at the same
You
time,
say LeBron's a better defender than Michael Jordan?
I did not say that. Why are you?
Well, wait, hold on. I'm just trying to figure out though. What are you saying? Because Jordan was a nicer person, you prefer him? I mean, you LeBron is a nicer person, you prefer him, or you think that like what is the point of?
He's looking for like congeniality for his GOAT.
Because you understand that like many successful people, you'd be surprised how many successful people are jerks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The absolute best of the best of the best people in business, in sports. There ain't many nice guys that are like at the heads of the table.
Right. I 100% agree with you. My point is this, and Scottie Pippen said it in the first chapter of the novel very well. He said that Michael Jordan, the day, and I have the article to back this up, right? So the day that LeBron James came back 3-1 and beat the Cavs in 2016, the day that happened, he greenlit the documentary that they've been holding for 15 years, right?
That's actually not true though. They changed when they were going to put it out. It was already greenlit, dude.
I got the article. I'll send you the article from NBC Sports.
I mean, you can send it to me, but there are plenty more articles saying otherwise.
But I can tell you, Scottie Pippen said, the Last Dance documentary was not just about Michael Jordan. It was not supposed to be about just Michael Jordan. The man took creative control over the documentary and made it about him and made everybody else look like they were just his supporting cast. And
that's not what they were?
And to him and to me, it should have been about the team, right?
Okay, I have a question.
You sound so crazy.
I'm playing devil's advocate here, just for the sake, because if they made a documentary about the Cavaliers championship team, who are they going to talk about? The majority of it.
They're going to talk about LeBron, but Kyrie going to get a lot of shine.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Kyrie is going to get a lot of shine, though.
Why?
Did Scottie not get a lot?
Just like Scottie.
Forget who get the shine guy. Y'all not asking the right question. Why are they going to give LeBron the most shine?
I'm saying he's going to give a lot of shine, but they're going to talk about.
You said a lot.
Why?
Who's getting the most shine in that documentary?
Danny, just answer my question though.
But
Danny,
6 episodes.
Just answer my question though.
6 episodes
is okay. So is Scottie Pippen?
I just want you to answer my question, Danny. Danny, I just want you to answer my question.
Is Scottie Pippen considered the greatest of all time by anybody?
No, but to him,
okay. Just hold on. Just let me finish. Scottie Pippen's not considered the greatest of all time, right?
But why not?
Because Michael Jordan plays there and he's better than him. That's why.
He's a better scorer than him.
Oh, so Scottie Pippen's better than Michael Jordan?
He's a better defender than Michael Jordan.
Is
He's a better
Scottie Pippen
rebounder
better
than
than
Michael
Michael
Excuse
Jordan
me?
at basketball?
Excuse me?
He's a better defender and rebounder than Michael Jordan.
Okay, fine. He's a better rebounder, but there ain't on no earth is Scottie Pippen a better defender than Jordan. When Jordan want to lock you down, you lock down.
You're not right.
Nah, I'm
You're
not going to agree there.
I'm sorry, dude.
I give Scottie.
Nah,
the,
but
I,
hold
I,
on,
I
hold
give
on.
Scottie the
Y'all,
better
See, from
defender.
what
y'all
I
always make me do this. I'm because
I just don't have a leg in this race. Like I feel like I know enough through video, through documentaries, through playing 2K, but again, I wasn't there to watch it. So, but from what I've seen, it seems like Scottie was a better, from my knowledge of what I've absorbed, it seemed like Scottie was a better defender.
All right, so here we go. Jordan, 9-time all defensive first team.
That's an award.
that's
what the heck? What do you think the point is for? He was the NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
You're the most
He was
popular
the defensive player of
the year is his most impressive thing by far.
He is the
another point. That's another point.
Scottie has never been defensive player of the year, dude. Never.
He could have been.
Never, ever, ever,
several times.
But he wasn't.
But listen, that's another point.
LeBron could have been, but
that's another point that Scottie Pippen made in the book. He said on multiple occasions that they were altering. I'm not gonna say they were altering. They were giving Michael Jordan stats in his favor because Michael Jordan.
What stats?
Listen. He said that they were doing it for the most steals in the season, and a number of times they came in after the game and literally said to Michael, "Look, we're looking out for you," and showed him the stats that he got.
And you do understand that Scottie Pippen is salty towards Michael Jordan. You understand this, right?
We literally had this conversation yesterday.
I'm just saying what was
just
in the
like
book.
Isaiah Thomas is salty towards Michael Jordan as
I'm
well.
only saying what was in the book.
There's a reason for it.
But even if what Scottie's saying is true, right? Then that means the stat keepers for the Bulls are in control of all of everything concerning what Michael's numbers are for everything else.
Bulls don't keep the stats. You know that, right? You understand that, right?
I didn't say they did. I'm just telling you what Scottie Pippen.
So who are these people?
Why are you saying it if it's not even plausible? Really,
I'm just
saying
what Scottie Pippen said. It is probable because to me, I know just from the mentality of Michael Jordan, right? We've seen comedy films about it all the time, right? We've seen the comedy sketches all the time where Michael Jordan is so meticulous and so laser focused on winning that he will concoct stories in his head to give him a competitive advantage, right? So if he's treating the other players like that, who's to say he's not treating the staff members like that, like the NBA, the officials, the Jerry Krause and them? You know what I'm saying?
But you don't realize how stupid that sounds. That somebody walked into the locker room and said, "Hey, we're taking care of you," and showed Scottie Pippen, showed Michael Jordan in front of Scottie Pippen and the rest of the team. See, you had 2 steals, but I gave you 3. You think he was doing that on a regular basis? And then somebody else took it back to the NBA and said, "Hey, I know that you have guys that are counting the stats, but these stats that the Bulls stats are actually the official ones that you should add."
Listen. This is what I'm saying to you.
That's a dumb argument.
The situation that he described was this specifically, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. He said, when he described him defending a person and knocking the ball away, right? But Michael Jordan recovers the ball, so they credit him with the steal instead of Scottie Pippen, right? He said I should be credited with the steal because I made the defensive play to take the ball away from the other player. But if Mike got the ball, they would credit him with the steal. So technically it's not cheating because he did recover the ball. He was the one who got the ball. But I'm just telling you what's in the book, and it just made me think. So if
somebody goes up, never mind. This is
let's just.
I'm just saying,
man.
you should
but like, how many times does that actually happen though?
Right.
How many times can that happen
over the course of 10 seasons?
You think
how many times is it that you are right in the place of stealing the ball and it bounces to Jordan's hand? Like I don't. That sounds like a once or twice over. Danny, I don't know how many.
If you don't realize how stupid that sounds,
80 games in 10 seasons. I don't know, man. That's a lot.
It may have happened once, and Scottie put it in his memory bank forever and couldn't wait to cry about it in the book. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yo, he been
That's a
salty
weird
about
thing. That's a
Jordan,
weird
man.
thing. That's a weird thing to cry about. I'm not gonna lie.
You
I
can't
agree.
watch the did you watch the
Mhm.
documentary? You could tell he was salty about Jordan.
I'd be
He's
salty
been
too.
salty about Jordan.
I would be
I-
salty too
I
because I
agree
think
with you,
Scotty. I think
I agree
Scotty
with you,
felt
Sean.
like he was more than what the Bulls was allowing him to be.
And he
Well,
was.
he was also the dude
And they
that
paid this man
who
$2
sat out for basically no reason.
Yeah, but okay.
He sit out for, that's another thing. That was another thing in the book. He was
God.
saying that his entire
Look what
life.
you did,
because-
Divine.
I didn't do this. You say he
No,
wanted to talk about it.
Nah,
because his
he was letting it go, and then you had to.
I'm saying no. He talked about his mentality about sitting out because he saw his brother, the way that the hospitals treated his brother traumatized him growing up. His brother couldn't walk for 7 years after his treatment at a hospital, and he saw what his dad went through after he had a stroke and had to have surgery. So he didn't want to get surgery, knowing what hospitals were doing. Like, he didn't trust hospitals. He just didn't. So
That
he
sounds
would
like a Scotty problem, not a
he
Jordan
would
problem.
always. That's a lot of players though. A lot of players don't want to get surgery because of, for one reason or another. They'll hold out and think that, okay, I'll just get better.
Okay. He once again sat out for his own reason.
Yeah, what does that have to
But
do?
that's not no reason. His own reason is not no reason at all, though.
Okay.
But anyway,
I've never seen somebody hold on to such. This man has held on to two arguments like a rabid dog.
This right here, bro. What
And
Sean
I just
said,
don't
this is
understand,
gospel.
dude.
This is gospel right here. You have reached before, but man, you've reached a pinnacle tonight.
I'm not reaching.
You are reaching.
You search for
Andrew
something.
in the book that I
Andrew
read.
just trying to help you, bro. Like Andrew did not. He was not a part of this conversation yesterday when you first floated this nonsense, and I told you then. And you still, not only did we have this conversation over 24 hours ago, and you had time to think about it, like really massage it through your brain, and you did all of that, went to sleep, woke up, had coffee, I'm sure, breakfast, lunch, all of this, thought about a whole bunch of things today, and then came on the show live at 8:00 and was like, you know what? I'm going to float that BS again. After you'd have had over 24 hours to think about how stupid of an argument it is.
I'm just telling you what was in the book. How is it?
And we're trying to tell you that you have to look at the context of what the book is saying, though. Forget the stupid argument. There's context towards the what the book is saying. You can't you can't just be like, this is gospel. It's not the Bible, dude. It's one guy's opinion.
A salty guy's opinion at that. Go ahead, George. I'm sorry.
Now I was just going to ask, just because something is in a book doesn't make it automatically true.
Thank you.
And anybody can write a book.
And I put it like this too. Like, both of these guys are what, almost 60 or something. I don't know how old they are, but I mean, aren't these guys like? I mean, how many stories do you really remember? Like, for real, if you reaching back 20 plus years ago, like how many? There's a lot of things that can be fabricated in your mind, and you go off of emotion over the years, and you change the story in your mind. And I don't know. Again, I ain't watching the era, but Scotty does come off as a very bitter, emotional person. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. So if he's sitting there writing a book,
every chapter of the book was full of salt. But
so you acknowledge that it is full of salt.
But the same thing though. Me and Morgan talked about this too. Jordan literally released the documentary as soon as people said, "Oh, LeBron might be the GOAT." Nobody ever came back 3-1 in the finals. LeBron might be the GOAT. He said, release the documentary. See what they say about that. How is that any different?
But that argument doesn't work because they were talking about LeBron being in the same conversation with Jordan before that happened.
Sure.
Yeah, so what point are you making?
So it doesn't make sense. You understand that?
Scottie Pippen was saying that.
No. Stay on the topic. You talking about when they released the documentary. Stay there. Yes. Let's stay there.
I'm saying that it's the same because Scottie Pippen had said his entire career that he was just as important to the team as Jordan. He's been saying that his whole career. So
do you believe that Scottie Pippen was just as
No.
important. Okay, then what are we doing?
Then
What
why are you exactly? Why are you talking about it? What are we
What are we
doing?
talking about?
I'm not
What are we
I'm
doing
not saying
here?
that Scottie Pippen was just
Okay, but I do have a
important.
question. I do have a question
Then
though.
why
I do have
you
a
bring it up?
question. Somebody
That's my
enlighten me, but this is just a question. It is kind of touching on the importance question you just asked. Has Jordan ever led the Bulls to as high as a level without Scotty as when Scotty led the Bulls in the playoffs without Jordan?
No.
No.
So I guess you can kind of argue that.
The only reason you can't make that argument is because the team makeup was completely different when Scotty had the team. The only person that was missing from that team that Scotty had was Jordan.
Wait a minute.
And Scotty still led them to.
Hold on. The year that Scotty sat down, they were still killing people. Remember that the whole documentary was
They
like
lost,
half of the season.
Almost 8 straight at the beginning of the year. What are you talking about?
What'd you say?
You said at the beginning of the year.
At the beginning of the year, when
where did they end up?
There's a whole season, you know.
But Scotty came back though. But Scotty came back.
But before
games
they go back and watch the documentary, man.
I'm telling you, Scottie Pippen came back 35 games. He missed 35 games that season.
I understand that, and they were
what was the record?
They were still beating people. They were still beating people,
like
dude.
15 and 15 or something like that. They weren't.
Bro, go back and watch the documentary. Just go back and watch the documentary.
I just read the book.
Andrew, the only reason that argument, the only reason it would be hard to make that argument is because the team structure that they had, like I said, when Mike left, when he left for that year, he was gone for a year and a half. That he was out playing baseball. When he was gone, the team didn't change that much outside of Mike. You know what I'm saying? But they still had the other pieces that they needed. You know, the other pieces from the championship team that they had for those 3 years. When Mike got there was nothing. There was no other star in Chicago for him to play with. Charles Oakley came
he brought him to the playoffs too.
So here's a question then. Do you think that without Scotty, Michael would have been able to achieve as much? Same chemistry, same composition, same team composition. Just take out Scotty. I don't think
he'd get 6 rings, but he could definitely get like 3.
Yeah, I don't know if he gets 6, but it would be because it also depends on who's filling Scotty's spot. If Scotty's gone, but they have to replace that spot on the roster, we need to know who's in that spot on the roster. Because Scotty's the biggest thing that Scotty brought to the team was versatility, bringing the ball up the court, defense, elite defense, and elite help defense. Like he's like I said, for me, Scottie Pippen's a top 3 defender all time, hands down. So that's his biggest contribution to the team. But he also was amazing at bringing the ball up the court and playmaking in the open floor. You know what I'm saying? Especially for that era. So when they ran the break, it was hard to stop him and Mike, you know what I'm saying, when they were running the floor. But if Scotty's not
you would need somebody of that caliber, you know what I'm saying, to fill in that spot if he was there in order to.
Yeah, but we don't know the void that would be filled.
Yeah, we don't know.
A player would fill that void. He might not be as good as Scotty, but we don't know. He could be good. You know what I mean?
If you brought in because if you look at it from the first run of the three-peat to the second run of the three-peat, one of the bigger differences is Horace Grant versus Dennis Rodman. They had 2 different skill sets. Horace Grant was a pretty good defender too, but he's not Dennis. Dennis Rodman is one of the best defenders of all time, but he's an offensive liability. He's not like when I compare Dennis Rodman and Draymond Green, people be trying to play Draymond like he's not very valuable. Draymond is an astute distributor, and he's also an elite defender. So if you're trying to build a team, you have to factor in, all right, what do I want? He can't rebound like Rodman, but he could defend, and he could definitely set up passes and make great plays in that way, in a way that Rodman cannot. Rodman's going to get you extra shots. He's going to get you good rebounds, and he's going to bring energy, right? But it's all about team makeup. You know what I'm saying? So if Scotty's gone, who's filling that spot? Like that's the big thing. But that's why Mike and them hate to compare eras, because it's too hard to say who the GOAT is, really. You could just say who the GOAT for that era is. That's what a lot of people are starting to lean on now, say for this era, you know, Wilt was the best. For this era, Kareem was the best. For this era, Mike was the best. For this era, LeBron's the best.
I think that's the best way to go about it, though, honestly. Because
Yeah.
I mean,
The way I look at it
I
is,
would
if
be
you
glad
need a
to know that.
basketball player to win you a game, a one-on-one with your life on the line,
Ain't nobody picking LeBron over Mike.
who you picking?
I'm taking
Not
Shaq.
never.
Would you say?
I'm taking Shaq.
I don't blame you. It's not a bad pick.
Unless
I'm
you're
taking.
playing
If we
against
talking about
somebody that's
anybody, if we talking about
unless you
anybody, I'm
shooting-
taking Kevin
unless you
Durant.
take-
that's not a bad pick either.
Also a great pick.
I
That's not
still
a bad
pick
pick
Jordan.
either.
If you got to pick somebody and I pick somebody, I'll pick Jordan. You can have Kevin.
I don't
I'm
know
picking
who
Durant.
that'd be a tough choice. Kevin Durant would not be a bad choice at all though, because
That's not a bad choice either.
But
I'm
Kevin
just
Durant's
talking about
not
with your
guarding
life
Shaq,
on the line.
Kevin Durant's not guarding Shaq.
Or let me
Shaq's
put it to
also
you this
not
way.
guarding
I'll give you
KD.
another one.
But my thing is,
Hold on.
Kevin
I'll give
Durant
you
was
another
shooting
one,
his lights out.
Yeah, but Jordan would
absolutely
shoot his lights. But Jordan played better defense than Durant.
Yeah, but he's still.
He ain't shooting KD lights out.
Not on guys.
This is why that documentary was made, because I think folks forget
but this
how
is why,
good Jordan was as a shooter.
But
he
from what I've seen, he was a midpoint. You know what I'm saying? Specialist.
But that was the
mid-range
game at the
specialist.
time, though.
But what I'm saying is KD is all around. He was shooting his lights out from anywhere on the court.
Hold on, time out. You don't think if Jordan was in this time, he wouldn't be shooting threes, like he wouldn't be hitting threes?
But we're not talking about that. We talking about his skill set from.
He didn't want to add a 3-pointer as a part of his game because it would take.
But back then, that's what they did. You understand? They played the game.
Literally, Michael Jordan said that he did not
understand
want
what
to
you're
add the 3-pointer
saying
to his game because it would take away from his ability to drive.
But Danny, what I'm saying is the game was played inside out. Now it's played outside in. Like dudes be on fast breaks and they'll stop at the 3-point line.
But KD been lighting up the whole floor before it became outside in. He was still around when they still would.
No, it's
he
never.
definitely was.
We've been in the 3-point. We've been in the 3-point era his entire career.
No, he hasn't.
KD has been destroying from any range forever.
Okay, when did 3-point era? When did 3-point era really start? Like for real?
When did KD get drafted? Tell me when KD got drafted.
I think
KD. Let's look because I'm a fat guy.
But I know when he was at Texas. I know when he was at Texas, he was still dotting people's eyes from threes without thinking.
We're supposed to be talking video games 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't know why y'all
we
still
can go. Go ahead. You wanted to talk Scottie.
I don't know why y'all still talking about basketball. We're supposed to be talking about video games.
Get out of here, bro.
Don't bring up this topic no more.
Anyway.
That was
the good speculative though. The good speculative was like if you had to pick one person to win you a game and your life's on the line, who are you taking? Danny picking Shaq isn't a horrible idea, but at the same time, it might be.
That's a terrible idea.
Unless the person picks Steph Curry.
What era?
And shoot you to death.
We're talking about one-on-one though. So if you're talking about young, if you're talking about
we're
young,
talking about one-on-one. Curry is putting Shaq in.
No, what I'm saying is if you play one-on-one,
the game's over.
Right, but
if Shaq gets the ball, game's over. That's nothing else is happening here.
But if he can't, all I'm saying is if he can't shoot,
every
time Shaq step from underneath the hoop. Anyway, whatever. Go to basketball. We can talk about it.
We'll come back. We're gonna have to come back to that topic though, because it's a good one. All right, so
Danny, you're not allowed to do this anymore.
I went first.
All I did was read a book. All I did was read a book. That's all I did.
A bad book at that, but it's okay. So we usually make the guests come on and do their list first. I know I went early last week, so I know I'm not going early this week.
Here you go again. Every time he try to go last, he switches list up. Every time.
When did you go? You went first last week. When was the last time you went first? When was the last time you went first?
I didn't go first last week because y'all was.
I mean, I could go first if y'all want me to.
The week before that either.
No,
we can light up my list.
Got to go first, and then Lori.
I gotta hear Andrew's list. Let's please go. Andrew, go. I'll go after that, and then work.
Okay. So this isn't like a comprehensive sat down. Like I'm gonna look at analyze every game that came out and make a top. This is a top 5 that inspired me of my all time. So
make sure you go 5-1.
Okay. So it's hard to give a real order, but I'm gonna try. All right.
I'm about to say you got to, bro.
Number 5, I do have Final Fantasy VII. Now,
Okay.
I will say it could be 10, it could be 8, it could be 7. To me, I love them all because it was story based. It was like my first. It was like the first, but Final Fantasy VII was the first game I played that really was like a saga. You know what I'm saying? Like a expansive. You got characters, you got parties, you got items, you got side quests, you have all kinds of things. And that was the first time I really kind of experienced that kind of, and it was a fully developed story. You know, I think I was what,
People
maybe
still talking about Sephiroth
10,
right now.
10 when I was first playing that game. So it was a lot of my games might be a PS1 era kind of list though. So, you know,
It's all nostalgia. That's cool.
any comments, arguments on that one?
No,
Hey,
that's a good
no,
one.
we'll come in with the
We'll
arguments after
circle
you get
back.
to
We'll
this.
get back.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go back to it.
Number 4, and I find it hard to put at number 4 because I kind of want to put it higher, but I don't know what to knock down. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I will say Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because the music, the amount of characters, the craziness in the combos, the assist system, the just sheer madness in a fighting game.
If you play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 at the arcade, bruh, that was a time.
It was dumb.
Man.
It was dumb. It was. I would say X-Men vs. Street Fighter because it was the first time I really seen like Marvel and Capcom come together in that whole animated style and all that. But I think to me the pinnacle of all those fighting games was probably like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Number 3. I want to say, see now I kind of got slashes, but that's not fair. So I guess I got to choose one or the.
Already, first time guest on the show, already trying to cheat.
I know. I want to say. Oh, I was gonna say 007, but I'm gonna say Resident Evil.
Which one?
I'm gonna say Resident Evil 1. It doesn't matter in the PS1 era. Any of the Resident Evils on the PS1 era. And the reason why I say that is because that was the first real horror experience I've had. Like
those are the only. To me, those are the only. I ain't gonna say the only good ones, but that.
I'm about to say you ain't played no other one, so you can't even say it.
I've played all the Resident Evil games.
No,
I'm talking about the OG 1 through 3.
Yeah,
the OG 1 through 3.
Those
you got item management. You have to. You ain't just walking around blasting everything. You have to make sure you are keeping the track of how many bullets you have. You know, finding ammo, finding keys and figuring out where you need to use them and all these different things. So to me, that was my franchise. That was better to me, better than like Silent Hill and stuff to me.
All right, you got 2 left. If I don't hear what I need to hear, Drew, we going
number 2. Metal Gear Solid. Now, Metal Gear Solid. That was like the first real cinematic experience I had.
Bruh, how you call yourself Nintendo and you ain't got one Nintendo game on here yet?
Let that man finish his list.
You gotta wait for the number 1. You feel me? You gotta wait for the number 1. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, Danny.
It ain't but one Super Mario.
Look, man, I'm not really. Look, here's the thing. I'm not really a Nintendo dude. It's more so I'm making a game that's inspired by the Nintendo classics. If I had to grab a console, an era, it would have to be PS1. That is to me the pinnacle of franchises because there's PS1 started franchises that are going strong to this day. Tekken, Resident Evil, we can go on. It popularized Final Fantasy in America. It Gran Turismo. We can go all day with PS1. We really can.
Still play Gran Turismo?
Yes,
they do.
Yeah,
they do.
Sure. Like next week.
Yeah,
I would, and I know people probably argue with Super Nintendo or something like that, but they make the same games over and over. Like, I'm not even going.
Okay,
I'm not even okay.
We gotta finish the list, man. We
all right. Number 1, Mario Brothers 3 or Donkey Kong Country, and I can't decide. I'm sorry.
You got to.
They both fire. All right.
You got to pick.
I'm gonna say Mario Bros 3 because it came
go.
before Donkey Kong Country.
There you go. There you go.
Donkey Kong Country, that water levels, the music on that water level is still classic, bro.
The music
Like-
is bumping on Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, Donkey Kong's whole soundtrack is great, bro.
It's bumping. Now I would have done
You
stuff like
realize how
Sonic and all that, but I was
racist that
trying to spread the genres. I didn't want it to be a bunch of the same kind of genres, so that's why I was like, different. But of course, obvious reasons for Mario. I mean, it's the OG of platformers. It has so many levels, so many secrets. The music was cool. Yeah, bosses, the whole nine. It was an adventure for a kid. You know what I mean?
Mario 3 is definitely one of the top 5 Mario games, but it's not. It didn't make my top 5.
Three. Top 3.
If I'm going by OG status, yeah, Mario Bros. 3 to me, honestly.
That's number one. Got to be out of all the Mario games because it changed everything else.
Gio, you want to go?
Literally changed.
Go next.
Yeah, who want to go next?
You know what? I can go.
All right.
All
Okay.
right. Well, let me just start off by saying I originally had like 2 different lists. Well, at first I was thinking, are these like the best, like my favorite, like my top 5 all-time favorite video games, or is this like the top 5 video games that I think had the biggest impact?
See,
that's a different list.
Okay, but wait.
See, when y'all say favorite games,
that's why I was trying to give context in the beginning, because when we say best, you know what I'm saying? When we say best, we're talking about it's like a mix in between greatest and favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's a melding of the two. It's like games that are great, and you know what I'm saying, on that are great by themselves, but also, your favorite stuff that you've actually played, stuff that you've actually watched, whatever our topic is.
This is more.
Can I give y'all a piece of advice? Just put your favorites. It don't really matter.
See, but that's why I was asking, like, what's the criteria?
That's what Danny and Morgan do. That's what Danny and Morgan do.
Yeah, I just put my favorites.
Look, if we're doing best, I'm gonna do that. But if we're doing greatest, I can't. That's how I had Lord of the Rings on my list.
We ain't done greatest in months, man.
Yeah, we stopped doing greatest because Morgan tried to cuss us out that one time. But go ahead, Gio.
All right, well, I don't remember that. I'm gonna pick my all-time favorites, because otherwise I have stuff on here that y'all like clown me about. So, oh boy, I don't even know what order I want to put these in. But I guess my number 5 would be Fallout 3.
Oof.
I'm hating.
Love the Bethesda RPGs. Like I put like hours, like hundreds of hours into Fallout 3 and 4. I put like all this time into like Oblivion and Skyrim. I can play them all day. In fact, I just got my last achievement in Fallout 3 right before the end of last year.
Somebody said they're coming out with a movie or a TV show?
Yep, TV show.
Great pick.
Yeah, man. I love Fallout. Like I love Fallout so much that I listen to like the radio, like you hear like the old timey songs. I'll go back and I'll buy the songs because I want to hear it during my everyday life.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Great, bro.
I don't know why, but I just felt like that game, that Bethesda be dropping some glitch fest games, bro. It's like I can't.
I think they be doing it on purpose too. I feel like they do it on purpose.
That's a testament.
I kind of feel like I was trying to play that Fallout 4 or 5. I don't even know what they on, but it was the one on PS4, and I was just like, I can't do it, bro. It's broken.
Fallout, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm gonna wait.
You can play it. If you can love it despite the glitches, that says something about everything else. You know.
Agreed.
That's it. Like moving forward. Okay, my number 4 would be Metal Gear Solid 3.
Is that Sons of the Patriots?
That's Snake Eater.
Snake Eater.
Okay.
Like I loved MGS2. I loved MGS1. I just started MGS4 this year, so I can't really speak much on that. But MGS3 was it felt like the most realistic game to ever come out at the time, like to me. Like you could do anything in this game. And like this was like around the time I really like started getting into movies and things like that. So like you have this crazy cinematic game where you can enjoy the story but at the same time, you can like do all these crazy things that no one has ever thought to do in a video game, and has rarely thought to do in a video game since.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
like that just did it for me. Like big fan of the series in general.
Okay.
Number 3 is Super Mario 3. I felt like you should add Super Mario 1 to it, but 3 took everything that the first one did and improved upon it.
What about Mario?
And,
tremendously.
What about
but
Mario?
in
Mario
my
2 wasn't even really a Mario game though.
It
I
don't
love
even
Mario
matter.
2,
It's
but
irrelevant.
it's a completely different game. And to be honest, I think 3 is better than Super Mario World.
It is.
Me
on top of
too.
that,
I agree. Yeah.
like I think it's a much better game. And I lived through that time. I explicitly remember like that was like the peak of Mario Mania. Everybody wanted Mario stuff, like in '89, and that's like around the time where I was like, I wanted a Nintendo, and I had to have one. That was like my first must-have thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number four, and I also tried to like split these up between genres. So like you
Okay.
don't want 5 of the same franchise, or you want 5 of the same genre.
Okay.
Number 4 is, in my opinion, the greatest fighting game out there right now, and that is Capcom versus SNK 2.
SNK?
Yeah. I don't even want to comment on these games. I don't. I want. I mean, I'm gonna wait.
You said
I,
Capcom versus SNK what too?
Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
hardcore fighting game fan. I've been playing since Street Fighter 2. I just got King of Fighters 15. What you have within Capcom versus SNK is this large roster of fighters from both these companies. You have 6 different ways to play. The gameplay is tight. The gameplay is still tight. Like I love Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but SNK is an objectively like actual better game.
Maybe because I played SNK on the GameCube, it wasn't as smooth on the GameCube. But
no, you gotta play on the sticks. You gotta play on the arcade.
yeah, maybe that's what it is for me.
I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Man, he just dissed my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 though over
Okay,
Capcom
I'm gonna let
versus
y'all own
SNK,
that.
man.
This is
SNK 2
I'm a
over
little
Marvel vs. Capcom
heartbroken.
2.
and that's your number. That was your number 2. So this is your number 1 coming up.
Let me just point out, I'm picking Capcom versus SNK 2 over Street Fighter 3. Oh, like it's it. We need Capcom versus SNK 3. All right, my number one game, and it's the one I think I put the most time into, and the first game that I really tried to sink my time into as an adult, Halo 3.
Okay.
I cannot tell you how much time I put into the multiplayer. I'm putting this over like Perfect Dark, GoldenEye, like you name it. I think that Halo 3 is probably like one of the best like FPS games, FPS campaigns ever made. Like it's just so smooth.
Halo
And like
3
you can still
was
play
solid.
Okay.
you can still play it now, and it still feels just as good now in 2022 than it did in 2007.
Halo
I mean,
3 does feel good. I ain't gonna lie. It is.
This is I like the way that y'all did y'all's list. I didn't do mine that way. But I get to
Morgan
that.
about to have some mess. All right, my turn. Let me
Go.
let me go. Because I know Morgan and Javon gonna mess this whole thing up. So I did my list. For me, the best games and the games that I've replayed the most because I
Super
love them
Mario
so much.
Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart, Mario Galaxy.
Mario Party.
We know.
Don't sleep on Mario Kart. First of
Smash
all,
Brothers.
don't sleep on Mario Kart.
Go ahead, bro.
Number 5. I literally almost got kicked out of the military, and I believe that this game is what prevented me from becoming a registered nurse in the army.
Pokemon.
Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind. Okay, that game was so addictive. I literally missed PT formations. I didn't go to breakfast. I didn't go to classes. in the military with drill sergeants because of this game.
That's impressive.
That's a
Number
problem.
four, and number 3 are still the only 2 games that I have 100%ed on a Sony system on a PlayStation. Number 4 is Batman Arkham Asylum. Okay, that thing came out and changed, bruh. Like there hadn't been a good Batman game to me before that.
I agree.
Rockstar did its thing.
That's a great pick.
Why he looks so stressed out, Andrew?
That is a good pick.
Because I'm like Batman.
Andrew looks stressed
A
out.
top 5 is Batman.
Fire.
Hey, Batman Arkham
Man,
Asylum
it was
great.
all right, bro. I ain't gonna
Hey,
cap. Like,
that
I mean,
was
if we
great.
talking about compared to other Batman games, yes. But as overall, like, I'm just kind of like
I mean,
surprised.
I don't think
That's
it should
all.
be in somebody's top 5.
Bruh.
I
Hey,
almost had Arkham City on my list, man. Don't they
Arkham
good
City, yes.
games?
Bruh. Oh, okay. So number 3. Now this one is not gonna make anybody else's list at all. But to me,
you know,
I was captivated by the light side and the dark side of Infamous. I know y'all remember Infamous on PlayStation 3.
You know, I liked Infamous.
Yeah, when they came out,
I thought it was cool.
you
I
can do
thought
the
you
light
was gonna
side
play
missions, and then you can go back and play through it again with the dark side missions. I love it, and that's why number 2 for me, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Okay, bruh, this game, you went through the whole game, and you thought you beat it, and then it flips around, and you got to do the whole thing again in reverse. I was like, man, this is great for my 8-year-old mind. And number 1, of course, the most revolutionary game of all time. If it wasn't for this, modern video game systems don't exist.
Mario Bros.
Super Mario 64, sir.
64.
The 3D
What?
platformer, yes, the 3D platformer that changed video games forever.
You know what?
64?
Nah, bro. See, if
Of
you
all
said
the
Mario
Mario
1,
books that
I'd
you-
give it to you. Or Mario 3, I'd give it to you. 64 though.
64 is the best Mario game. It's still the most played Mario game of all time right now.
Dude, you know, the worst part about your list, Daddy, is that even when you do the thing that we know you're going to do, you still do it the wrong way.
So
Even when we knew it was coming. We knew.
For me,
Morgan has been talking about this since last episode. He
I
knew
knew
you
it.
were going to do a Mario thing, and you did the worst one to pick.
He forced himself.
No,
He-
sir.
he-
The
he
worst
forced
one.
It ain't the worst Mario.
I'm not
game
saying
by
it's the
far,
worst
but-
one, but you can
He-
pick. There are better Mario
It's
games.
not. Super
Then-
Mario 64 is still
Super
the
Mario
best
Brothers
Mario
3
game.
is definitely better than that.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
Super
And
Mario
Super Mario
World is
3
better
is
than
just
that.
Mario. Super Mario 3 is the great game, but it's just the transition between 1 and Super Mario World. Okay,
What?
You sound
I'm saying,
stupid,
You
man.
see, y'all see what I'm talking
Super
about, right?
Mario
You
World.
sound
Even
ridiculous.
I don't
when
know about
even
all
when
that.
he's doing the thing that you know he gonna do, he still do it in a manner in which you just shake your head and you're like, really?
Hey,
You know what? I'm gonna play devil's
You are
advocate
consistent,
here.
if nothing else, more Danny.
Mario 64 is a top 5 Mario game. It is not number 1.
Nope,
By
Like-
far.
not at all.
But if you were there when Super Mario 64 came out and you experienced that for the first time, it was mind blowing.
It was, yeah,
Yeah,
but
it was.
that's
It
what
was
I'm saying.
great.
There's a
I'm not
lot
saying
of
it's a bad game. I'm not
But
saying
Super
it's a
Mario
bad game.
system with the thumb, bruh. This thing right here in the middle of the Nintendo 64 console changed the game. Like, even though you had to hold the controller 3 different ways, the middle thumb thing changed
Bro,
the whole.
it's not really
game.
helping your argument, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
But
I'm not even gonna lie, but
that wasn't even first.
the man, the way that
That is
Nintendo
no
64
game.
controller was set up, bro, was horrible.
That
Like,
was
Yeah.
let's be
awful,
real.
man.
But
It was
I mean, I
bad.
get what
It
you're
was
saying.
really
I get
bad.
what you're saying,
It
though.
was
But
really bad.
I'll go next because Javon seems to want to go last. So
My list is going to be very bad. I'm well aware of this.
let's get his first, though. Let's get that bad list
Go
first.
ahead, Morgan.
Yeah,
No, go ahead,
let's
Morgan.
do it.
I want y'all to tell me how bad mine is with plenty of time.
All right, so I hate the games that I had to leave off the list.
God of War,
But-
Call of Duty.
Number 5, no, there's no Call of Duty that could possibly be on there. Number 5, God of War. the reboot. The reason I'm going with the reboot over God of War 3, God of War 3 was probably one of the most enjoyable experiences playing a video game I've ever had in my life, just because I felt like I was Kratos getting the revenge myself. Like, it was freaking amazing for that reason. But God of War 4,
my boy told me that it was great, so I haven't played it yet.
God of War 3 is one of the best. Oh my God!
Which one is the one with the son? Which one is the one with the son?
That's the new
That's
one.
the reboot.
So the reason I picked the reboot over 3, the only reason I picked the reboot over 3, well, there's more than one reason. One, I was very nervous. I was upset because one thing I was concerned about is Kratos' voice was done by Kyle from Living Single. All those years, I knew the voice actor for Kratos was getting ready to change, and I was not happy about it. I was not hype about it at all. I was very concerned. That's number one. And they lived up to it with this new guy that did God of War 4. So part of the reason God of War 4 is up there is because as much trepidation as I had about them effing that game up, because it's one of my favorite games ever, they didn't. They delivered. Not only did they deliver, but the story was better than God of War 3. God of War 3's story was awesome because it's just straight revenge. But God of War 4, to be able to reboot it and bring it into a whole new mythology, and then bring in the element with his son.
My son is playing that game. He was just at the studio, literally sitting there playing it, and he's like, "Yo, why is the son such a jerk?" And I'm like, "Hey, you don't even know."
The son a jerk? No, Kratos literally calls him boy. He doesn't call him his name. He says boy.
Very true.
Okay, so what would your number 4 be then?
Number
we start
4.
off with God of War.
God of War is number 5. Number 4, Fallout 4. I went with Fallout 4. The reason is because, and it's similar to George, the amount of hours that I put into playing Fallout 4, I don't even want to say, because number one, I don't know what the number is. Number 2, I went with 4 over 3 because I enjoyed New Vegas was great to me, but number 4 to me refined on some of the things that New Vegas had in it. But I loved, some people didn't like the encampments in the city, like the encampments and stuff. I love that crap. I thought it was dope to be able to do that and set up your own city and be able to defend it. The fiber weave, when you found the fiber, because I never used Brotherhood of Steel armor ever. I used light armor. So the fiber weave thing was one of the dopest things ever. There were great storylines in there. So Fallout 4, for the amount of time, the great game that it was, and I had to have an RPG on here, and that was the one I was going to pick. So Fallout.
Games that are not making any of these lists are very disrespectful.
What?
The games that have not shown up on anybody's list right now, it's crazy.
I told you it was going to be disrespectful. I already knew it. So
come on, get to your 3, man. Get to your 3.
Number 3.
Dissertations on every single topic.
Number 3, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 2, The Last of Us. Number 1, GTA 5. GTA 5.
So you're a modern gamer. Yes. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I played games when I was little, but to me, for me, it would have had to be a different, because I thought about putting Super Mario 3 on there, but I would have done that if we would, like what George was talking about, if this was on
greatest of all time thing.
If it was on Impact, then it'd be that. But based on games
like stuff with bad graphics. He won't even watch old movies. This dude,
correct,
bad graphics. He don't even think it's worth watching.
Correct. But GTA 5 is number 1 because it did everything that you always dreamed video games could possibly do. You had an insanely great game for the story. Bro, I used to play GTA 2 in the computer room at school, and like back when you used to throw bombs and they blow the car up, and then your guy go floating up into the air and stay like that. They say you dead. Like I used to play it from there. GTA 5 took everything great. It took everything great that we used to wish we could do playing GTA 5. I wish I could go in this building. I wish I could get a hooker. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. You could do all of that. You could do all of that on this game. And then you could go on. Then they put heist into it. And they didn't mess the heist up. The heist was fire. Then on top of that, you can go multiplayer and play with anybody anywhere and squad up on people and everything like that, and they does it seamlessly.
So
Like
you just wanted to be in the game. Okay, I understand. That makes sense.
I mean, if that's what you feel like saying, I mean,
All right.
but
All right, Devon, I
I'm
gotta hear your list, bro. I gotta
I'm
hear
gonna
it.
go. All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the gamer that none of y'all are. So I'm gonna preface it with that. So all of the ones are the best ones that I've ever played.
I'm about to say
All right.
Tetris.
If you say Candy Crush,
He gonna say. So number 5, I got Tetris.
You know, there's a lot of
That's your
disrespect
plan.
right now. Like y'all
Number 4, I
disrespecting
got.
y'all elder right now. Like I don't appreciate this. Anyway, all right. So best I've ever played. My favorites, whatever. Number 5, WWE No Mercy. Can't tell you how
Fire.
many hours of my life I had dedicated to this when I was in college,
That was
carpal tunnel and everything.
Stone
I used to
Cold,
play
bro.
card too.
Oh my
No
God.
argument there. You could have named WrestleMania 2000.
I
You could have named.
was trying to
coulda
go back and
named-
forth, but
The
No
wrestling
Mercy
You
games
could have
to me,
were hard,
named
bro.
No
The
Mercy was
wrestling games
better.
were hard.
WCW Revenge. You could have named any of them, and I'd agree
I know
with you
I
on all of
could. I
them.
could. I almost put SmackDown.
man, I'd have
All
put that on my list.
Number 4, X-Men the arcade game. Once again, I
Children
can't
of the
tell
Atom?
you, huh?
Children of the Atom?
The one where the big one.
No,
where
you had
could
we had the
play
4 players, and
Cyclops,
the one that
Dazzler.
came out early 90s.
Yeah, that one. Where you could play. We use Wolverine, Colossus.
Mhm.
Yeah, X-Men arcade game. Number 3, I gotta do NBA Jam. Gotta do NBA Jam. That's my joint. Once again, can't tell you how many hours I've dedicated to that. Number 2, Madden 07.
Specifically,
one-
Why specifically 07?
Come on, bro.
Specifically, Madden
the
07.
hit
Was that
stick.
when the passing code came in?
What?
The hit stick.
Was that when the passing code came in?
The passing code.
Why is it 07? Why?
No, it's the one I like the best. I just
Okay.
told you it's the one I
Even-
like the best. I feel like
Over
I feel like
04?
there was a certain point. I feel like at a certain point, all the Maddens were just the same ones over and over again. They might make little tweaks.
No. I think Madden 07 was the first one that had the hit stick. If I'm remembering.
Yes, yeah. No, it was either that one or the one after. I can't remember.
The hit, I know 05 had Michael Vick on the cover. That was a lot of people's favorite. The first one that had the passing cone was that changed the game for me because it made the game way more realistic. I don't know why they took it away. I was leading receivers before they even made that like a thing with the passing cone. But
Oh yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, so and then number 1, Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo?
Yeah, whatever it was, the more popular one at the time. I can't remember which one. I told you I'm not a gamer, so I just
Turbo.
remember playing Street
Hey,
Fighter.
See, here's the thing. The thing is, he named all great games, so like I can't be mad at it. But it's like,
They were great games. They're
you know,
all
top
great
5 games, you know, but they're all great games. So
If
it's
we
like
were,
I
but
feel
once again, like Morgan said, if we were doing the greatest games, I'd probably look into it deeper. But these are the 5 games I played a lot, and I played them consistently, and I didn't do it.
believe nobody didn't put bro, there's so many. Like I wanted to talk about Turtles in Time, then going
I was thinking about that one. Yeah,
Streets of
yeah.
Rage. I was only gonna put
I
Streets
was
of
thinking
Rage on my
about
thing.
Turtles.
Streets of
Yeah,
Rage,
but-
I thought about that too.
Honestly, you know what I
But-
almost put on mine? Contra.
Yeah,
just
Contra.
Thought about that.
Contra
just
3
playing
specifically
Contra
for me.
Metroid,
Oh yeah, Contra 3
I
was
thought about that
another
one.
level.
Super Punch Out.
But the thing is, that's why when you hit me up asking about my list, I'm like, I mean, what's the metrics here? Because there's so many games.
we
Like,
don't-
are we
No, I
doing it by
know.
genres? Are we
I
doing
know.
it by?
We tried that a long time
I was
ago.
trying. I was
Have
trying to go.
standards, and that
I was
never
trying to go
works.
by what they. So, like I said, when I used to try to do this, they got an attitude. So I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna just go by whatever it is they say.
Whoa,
got an attitude?
We got an attitude.
Yeah.
We
When,
got that attitude?
when we were talking about criteria, bruh, y'all, I got an attitude on the show because y'all was being
That was you, man.
honestly.
That was you.
Can I say
Dude,
dick?
nobody got
All right,
mad
all
with
right.
you, man.
But who had the worst list though? Out of everybody.
Oh,
The
we gonna do the
worst?
poll. I'm
Oh,
gonna
the
do.
poll, yeah, we let the
Oh,
people
okay,
decide
okay.
that.
Yeah,
bro.
we let the people
Oh,
decide.
okay. Y'all have
I
a
mean,
poll
we
and
can talk
everything.
about how
Okay.
Danny chose, Mario 64. I mean,
But I mean, looking at it,
Was revolutionary
looking at it
film.
right now, Danny surprised me with some of his picks. Marwin's a great pick. I was gonna put Skyrim on here. The only reason I didn't leave Skyrim on was because Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the best games ever made. Period. Anywhere. and it had to go on there.
I couldn't finish. I couldn't finish Red Dead Redemption. It was them joints were too slow for me. Like I did not have enough time to play them.
Bro, the level of the when you can play a video game, and I would be playing Red Dead Redemption and supposed to be on a mission, and I would and 3 hours later I had just got done skinning some other like legendary beast or something, and I look back and be like, how much of the map have you finished? And I'd be like 8%. I'd be like, dang, I ain't done none of these missions.
I literally had to sell my PlayStation 4 because of Horizon Zero Dawn. If y'all have played this game, I literally was up until 4. Me and my son were up until 4 a.m. playing this video game, risking missing school and work several days in a row. And I was like,
Denny, I think it's time we all have a talk with you because it sounds like you have a problem.
I did.
This is a safe space. This is a safe space.
Hey, I don't know.
I don't be missing jobs for video games, man.
I don't know if I could put this on my top, but I mean, I was thinking about it as we were talking. The game I spent the most money on in my life was Hearthstone. And that's that card. It's a card game on your phone, man. And I played that for like 5 years, man. I still play it.
Another game that I was gonna say, but I never played it out of fear because of the reputation, was World of Warcraft. Everybody that I ever talked to about that game said, "Yo, it's so freaking addictive."
I got an uncle.
They were like, "Don't do it," and I said,
thousands of dollars in the Warcraft.
If that's anything like Hearthstone, because that's still the lore. It's the lore of World of Warcraft. Man. It's basically World of Warcraft, the card game, essentially. I've never played World of Warcraft, but Hearthstone has me like buying every expansion. Yo, like,
see, that's what I'm saying. I never jumped in because I was warned so heavily against how addictive it was, and I know how I am. Like I'm very competitive, but when it came to Madden, like when I was at A&T, I literally didn't go to work. Because like I literally, there was a day where I was on the phone with my girlfriend. I was walking out I was working at Harris Teeter at the time. I had my full uniform on, my apron and everything. As I walked out of the door, my boy was like, "Yeah, you better go to work, but you had to come over here and get this work, blah, 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 blah," and start talking trash. The rest of my roommates are out there listening, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't let that fly. Like, you can't be talking to me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be talking to me crazy about Madden, bro. I literally sat down. I didn't even call in. I did not even call in to say, "Yo, I'm not coming to work today." And I'm on the phone with my girlfriend.
What game are you talking about again? I missed
Madden.
She was like, "You not going to work?" And I was like, "Nah, I got to get this nigga this work real quick." And I sat back down and we played Madden for the next 24 hours, I'm pretty sure, because he was talking so much trash. Now, I literally got a piece of paper and said, "All right, we're going to put this piece of paper on the wall right here, and we're going to see who wins the game for the next whatever. Because I had levels. You know how it is, bro. You got levels that you play at. So I was like, I was like, bro, you got me effed up. I will whip you. Because I taught him how to play better. And I was like, I will destroy you, and you will not win a game. And this paper's going to be testament. And I proceeded to destroy him for the next 24 hours.
So y'all needed 24 hours to
I was about to say
out that you was better than him.
So this is why. This is why.
2 out of 3.
That's what you understand. Like, when I say game,
all right, dude, we're gonna play one game. I beat you in every game.
One game. No, that's what I'm saying. Y'all. That's why I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help y'all understand my insanity of the time. We used to play. What we used to do was we would run franchise mode. Right. This is before you could do this how it is now. We run franchise mode. We would make the team. We would make trades for the players that we wanted. Get them on our team as best we could, and then like run the entire season. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, with our teams being what they were, and then play each other. If we ran into each other in the season, we play each other. Then we play each other in the playoffs, and we just continue to do that. Yeah, and that's why it took so long.
My cousin Phil was like that, but I couldn't. This dude would download. This dude would change rosters. Like with the draft.
But this was before you could do that. That's what I'm saying. This was before you could download rosters. That wasn't even a thing.
He was literally creating every player in the draft.
Yes.
And it was crazy. But I'm surprised nobody said Mass Effect 2. Like that's like
Mass Effect 3 was close for me. Mass Effect 3 was close for me, but I like Skyrim not being on there. Mass Effect 3, Super Mario Brothers 3,
I tell
God
you
of
what was
War
one of
3.
my favorites. And it wasn't, in retrospect, the graphics were terrible, but Perfect Dark.
I never
I used
played
to
it.
love playing Perfect Dark.
That was Flame when it was out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean at the time. Like,
For a
that
fighting
and like
game,
what's the was it GoldenEye?
GoldenEye, yes,
GoldenEye.
that should be in consideration for anybody. GoldenEye is one of the most
But
addictive games.
that's what I had put up there. I said it was between 007 and Resident
Yeah,
Evil for number 3 spot
GoldenEye
because
is definitely.
GoldenEye was like the pinnacle, like the OG, and I was kind of going with like OG list that kind of revolutionized a particular genre, and that a lot of games have followed since. So I guess in a way, I was kind of going with the greatest, but at the same time, games that impacted me a lot. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because the greatest list, if we were doing straight greatest, whether you love the game or not is irrelevant.
it's
It's
kind of
more
like
so.
an objective take on it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why we didn't do greatest, because greatest kind of sucks the fun out of it to a degree, because there was a list that we did top 5 I don't remember if it was sci-fi or what. But everybody that watches this show or follows me online knows I don't like Lord of the Rings at all. But
Neither do
I had
I.
to
I'm not
put
gonna lie.
I had to put Lord of the Rings on my
What's wrong
list
with
because
y'all?
That
I
stuff is
had to put
boring,
Lord of the
yo.
Rings
I'm
on my list
sorry.
because it inspired
Y'all
games.
like Star? Do you like Star Wars?
Not
No.
really.
I thought you liked Star Wars, Morgan.
I watch it, but it's not like
Same
it's not.
here. So,
It's
okay,
from a huge
so I'm
fan.
glad to hear you say that, bro, because I've always felt like I was just like the oddball out that just
I mean, I
wasn't
don't
a
like
Star
Star
Wars
Wars
head.
either.
I wasn't a Lord of the Rings head, and I'm just kind of like,
I've
I mean, I
never.
watched it, but
I like Star Wars, but I like
it
the
ain't all
movies.
that to me.
The Lord of the Rings. I tried to watch Lord of the Rings the other day, and it's
cannot.
just
I
still
love Lord of the Rings. I don't know what's up with
Bro,
y'all.
Lord of the Rings. I
Is
know
that-
part of it. Part of it
the
is
Elden King game. Is that Lord of the Rings?
Elden Ring. Yeah,
Elden Ring. That's
it's
part of
not.
Lord of the Rings.
It's
Oh,
not.
No,
It's
Elden
not.
Ring is kind of
It's
like
his own
the
thing.
Dark Souls or
Yeah,
whatever
it's
kind
Dark
of
Souls.
franchise.
okay.
And
Yeah.
I never played a Dark Souls game, so I'm still trying to figure everything out. But it's
I got
getting
to
better.
get out of here, but I do want to point out a fact before I go. Of the top 50 selling games of all
Oh
time,
boy,
Oh
here we go.
God,
there are 12 Mario games on that list. I just want to point that out. y'all.
Nintendo's been out for forever. So
You know, a lot of them games came with the Nintendo. You know,
yeah, I mean, you
That is fact. So they do count those as
I'm just
sales.
pointing that out.
Whenever
They came
you
with
do,
the system.
yeah.
A sales to sell. I mean,
Oh, so that okay.
wow.
That's-
I mean, it's like Disney. Just like Mickey Mouse isn't the best, but it's the most recognizable.
Exactly. It's not that deep, bro.
you know what? Nobody put Sonic on their list. I'm actually kind of surprised.
I took
I
it
mean,
off
people
my
love
list.
there's
Sonic.
only 2 Sonic games that are. Never mind. But since Andrew's here, I'm not going to disrespect Sonic. But there's only
Why you like Sonic?
I
How can
love
you
Sonic,
disrespect
man.
Sonic?
So
It
how
like
you ain't on your list though?
because I only have 5. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's what I said.
There's not a Sonic game that belongs to the Sonic and Knuckles.
Okay, look, man. I'm gonna put it like this though. As far as gameplay is
Two
concerned,
games that make it.
Yeah,
Sonic
I
is
agree.
not.
I mean,
Overall vibe, I love Sonic, but the gameplay is really not all that to me. I went back and played it, and I was like,
Adventures is probably still my favorite Sonic game, and that's not saying
the
a
one
lot.
with Sonic and Tails. The one with Tails was in it. I went crazy playing that game.
The Dreamcast.
to me, Sonic and Knuckles was my favorite one.
Sonic and
Either that or
Knuckles
Sonic 3.
Knuckles was my favorite character.
I mean, being
No,
able to take the old Sega games, the Sonic 2, 3, and 3, and put it on top of Knuckles and replay that as Knuckles or some kind of that was dope.
That was
It
dope.
kind of brought life into the other games as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
When y'all were talking about fighting games, man, that crap, man, I don't know. That would be a dope one to do too, like top 5 fighting video games of all time.
Yeah, I took Marvel versus Capcom off my list at like the last second.
It's definitely gonna be Marvel versus
I did
Capcom.
too.
You have, see, that's why I'm about to be the eyeball on that.
it's between Street Fighter 2 or Marvel's Capcom 2. Like
my favorite video games, my favorite fighting games
no.
for those genres are probably Tekken has always been a favorite of mine.
Soul Calibur. Man, I still
Tekken
like
and Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur was a
So Calibur was fire.
Tekken and Soul Calibur are my top two.
I'm not a really big fan of Street Fighter 2, man. I'm not. I don't really like it.
I like
that.
Street Fighter
I
3.
understand.
Crazy.
It's an OG status game. You know what I'm
Street
saying?
Fighter
But
2
it just.
Turbo changed the game, man. That thing was fun to me.
I mean, Tekken.
I'm a fan of combos. Period. So if it's a fighting game that got combos, cool. But Street Fighter 2 was just a little bit
no
before.
love for Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat
I
was
love
fire.
Mortal Kombat.
I love Mortal Kombat.
The newest Mortal Kombat games got all the combos.
I was more of a Mortal Kombat dude than a Street Fighter dude for sure.
Me too.
During that era.
Mortal
you could run up on people.
Street Fighter Alpha
Mortal
2
Kombat 10 and
great.
11. Mortal Kombat 10 and 11, the last two that they just came out with. Oh my god.
11 has honestly 11 is one of the best fighting games of all time. As far as feature pack, animations,
100%.
I wish
the amount of dialogue and content.
Mortal Kombat though.
It was amazing.
I ain't played none of these games.
I wish they
UFC
never started trying to tell stories in Mortal Kombat. They should.
UFC 3 is one of the best fighting games ever, but it's a different genre. But it's that game.
Man, bro, I'll be on that tough.
Bruh,
UFC
3 is one of the best fighting games I've ever
I'll
played.
be on that. Super tough.
Oh man.
I had my students, we had tournaments in my classroom on UFC 3, man.
I wish
I was buying games from GameStop and giving them out as rewards and prizes for UFC 3 and everything. Man, we was going hard, man. Like
I would have flown out for that, bro. That game.
What are you doing?
I was teaching video game design. So we was playing UFC 3. We was playing
Wait, where'd you teach at?
A school called Decaney High in Spring, which is like right outside of Houston.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. So I taught video game design, animation, graphic design 1 and 2. So I had like 4 courses I was teaching over the course of 3 years. You know, sometimes my class.
We were having Smash Brothers tournaments at when I went.
Are you playing?
We had Smash Brothers as well on the Switch. Like we had
Smash
we had
Brothers.
2K tournament.
Don't none of y'all want to see me on the Smash Brothers, bro.
Bro, don't start.
I ain't gonna.
Don't start.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a monster at most fighting games. I'm trash at Smash Brothers. Though. I don't know why.
Smash Brothers.
I was
give me Samus or Metroid or whatever you want to call her.
Pikachu.
It's right.
Link.
Give me Link.
Give me
Link or Mario.
Pikachu and Link. Those are the two.
And then Street Fighter 2, just give me Ryu. I smoke anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Ain't nobody playing no Street Fighter 2, bro.
I want to hear everybody.
Whatever the newest Street Fighter is, I don't care. Anytime I pick it up and I play Ryu, it's over.
Before I go, I want to hear everybody's Marvel vs. Capcom combos. Like I was always Ryu and Wolverine.
I didn't play it enough.
Combo.
I was Guile, Psylocke, and Magneto.
Dang, I can't remember, man.
Yeah, Killer Instinct was fire, Sean.
Yeah,
Killer Instinct is definitely. I used to pray that they would bring Killer Instinct back, bro. Oh my god,
man! I played the new Killer Instinct.
When did they come out?
They should have made it.
It came out. It came out like nearly. What was that? Like 2013.
Dang, I missed
my boy Beefstar made like top 32 in Killer Instinct, but I couldn't get with it, man. I love Killer Instinct on Super Nintendo, but I couldn't get with this new one. I don't know why. I tried, but it just wasn't clicking with me.
Try it again. It got a lot better, I think.
George, what? I got your list in here. Hold on, let me see if I can just copy and paste it.
Nobody put a Pokemon game in there, like all those.
Man, get out of here.
Pokemon was amazing though. It was.
You had
really
a list.
Was.
You had a list.
Really
more than welcome to do that.
Nah, I can't put it in my top 5. But the Pokemon for the DS Touch. What was the first the first one with the touchpad?
Was it like Black and White or something like that? Or?
No, that
was. I think it was
Diamond Pearl.
After like Silver and Gold, I was kind of done with Pokemon. I ain't gonna lie.
But by the way, I don't appreciate the Tetris slander. Like Tetris wasn't a fun game. Like, what are we doing here? Like, y'all didn't find Tetris fun?
Objectively, Tetris is one of the best games of all time.
I'm just saying, Tetris is.
I guess sales-wise, maybe, but like.
Yeah, but it better not be in your top 5 list unless you're talking about like innovative.
I'm just saying, y'all talking about it like it's trash.
Unless you're talking about innovative Like if you talk
It
about it
ain't
in
trash, but if we talking about if all the games that come out, Tetris though, I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is a little bit too much, a little too much slander, a little too much.
it's
Well,
not slander, bro. It's just there's levels of stuff.
well, Tetris. That's why I asked what I asked at the start of the show, because I almost had Tetris on my list.
I mean,
Because
listen, if you had to put it up there, I couldn't.
It's one of those games where it's like it got its respect, right? Like, but
Yeah.
it's one of them. Like, really though, like
Exactly. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you could have it on there, but people just gonna be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And then
it's just Tetris.
yeah, exactly. But again, if we were talking about innovative games of all time, I mean, that opens the entire lane then, because it's like, all right, well, like Zelda would have to be on your list. There's no way you can't have Zelda on there. There's no way you can have Super Mario.
I never really liked Zelda. Like any of the
I never
Zelda
played
games,
Zelda.
I preferred. I like the Castlevania games.
I've never played Zelda once.
Super Castlevania 4.
Yes. No, no. The first one they did on Super Nintendo.
Was
I remember that one.
Was that 4 or 3?
Yeah, it was a 4.
Yeah, Super Castlevania 4.
Yeah, that one was a beast.
That was hard. Yeah, that was hard. I like that.
Listen, ain't no game harder than that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, man. For Nintendo.
Turtles in Time was killing though, yeah.
No, not that one. The one that
came on
Nintendo.
One?
No, the one on Nintendo.
The NES one.
Yeah, ain't no game I've ever played in my life harder than that game.
Hard as far as difficulty, or like
difficult?
Hard as far as
difficult. It is hard. It's like really hard. I think it's broken. Like, isn't it like broken spots or something like that?
I feel like Battletoads was like damn near broken hard. Yeah, that game was
in a minute.
Man,
I just know I couldn't get past that doggone swim level.
Oh, and Turtles?
Yeah.
That level was hard, but the level after it was just like way worse. It was like you were like on the top of the buildings and stuff, and you have to like get this rope, but you don't know how to get the rope or where to get the rope.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That like I can't I'm playing Dark Souls right now, right? I'm like blowing through Dark Souls. I will never get past that roof level of Turtles. Like, and like I've tried. I've tried like 3 months ago. Like it ain't never gonna happen.
What do y'all feel like they should bring back?
Well,
what video games?
Like what franchises that were great that just kind of went away that y'all would bring back?
My number one video game that if they brought it back, I would be standing on tables and flipping over stuff. Is Def Jam Vendetta. I would be Def Jam Vendetta 2 was one of my favorite games I've ever played in my life. Or NBA Street.
Dog. Fight for New York? Yeah.
No, dude, NFL Street.
I love Fight for New York.
NFL Street.
Fight for New York was God. I wish they
would probably have Drake and Kendrick and
it would
Future it would be fire.
It would be Can you imagine if they put Jigga on there, bro? Can you imagine they had Jigga and Nas on there, bro? Are you kidding me?
Yeezy. You got
oh my God.
Yeah, you got too many people. Many people.
I would
just off the top of my, because that was actually mine, which is funny. That and NBA Street. But if I'm not gonna say those two, I'd probably say Power Stone. Personally, I feel like they need to bring a new Power Stone back. It was a Dreamcast kind of like party fighting game.
It was like Smash Brothers almost.
I think like Smash Brothers and like maybe some kind of Capcom fighting game. Like,
did you guys ever play? Did you guys ever play anything off Neo Geo?
Yeah, dude, I've been talking about King of Fighters all night.
I remember
Neo Geo. I just never had a Neo Geo, man.
I don't know anybody that did. I remember it being ridiculously expensive.
And it was expensive, yeah.
It was like $1,000. I feel like it was like $1,000.
Probably wasn't even worth it, was it?
And weren't the cartridges like this big or something? Like, weren't they like huge? Like,
well, they were the same cartridges for home that they use in the arcades.
An arcade, yeah.
Yeah, the exact same ones. So that's why they cost so much. Basically, it's like you get like a whole arcade, you bring it home.
At home,
like $200 a pop.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a list we have to do one day.
Wait,
The
well,
top
King
top
of
5
Fighters.
arcade games of all time.
King of Fighters. Who was in that one? What? I'm trying to think. Oh no, I'm thinking of was it Final Fury?
Fatal Fury.
Fatal Fury
Fatal
or something
Fury.
like that.
I
Yeah.
remember that one.
Well, they're related. Basically,
That's what I
like all
thought.
the Fatal Fury folks are in King of Fighters.
That's
King
what
of
I
Fighters is
thought.
like all their companies like mixed into one, like Smash Brothers. It's like their Smash Brothers, basically.
That's what Fatal Fury is. I always wonder what the difference was because I'm not really a big SNK kind of guy.
Yeah,
Me
Fatal
either.
Fury is like their Street Fighter, and then King of Fighters would be like their Smash Brothers.
Like their character
Uh,
designs and animation was always fire to me, but I don't know. Maybe it's just I didn't really have access to the games. That's why I never really played them like that.
yeah.
That NBA Street is another one. I wish they would bring that back, yo.
I really feel like all they got to do is upscale NBA Street Volume 2, put a net code on it, and just release it and see how it does. I really
agree.
feel like that's and if it does well, then put money in production for a new one.
I agree.
I don't think
I
I ever
mean, but-
played NBA Street. I can't remember playing NBA Street. I should say.
Man,
I'm kind of worried about how a new street would be though, because it's so 3-point focused these days. You know what I mean? Like,
I still think. I mean, but I think there are people like on 2K now that still make those that are making models that can try to shoot like Curry and Durant and them. But at the same time, you still have people because I mean, honestly, NBA Street, from what I remember, still plays to your playset, like what you naturally do well. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I know for me, I still like this was the first time this year on 2K that I made somebody that was even somebody that was a 3-point. I don't want to say he was a specialist because I mean my 3-point was like an 82 or something. Because what I always did was I tried to challenge myself to make sure that my clutch had to be completely on point. So I'd only put my 3-point at 70. I never put my 3-point high. I could still hit them, but it was only because my clutch was right. But I made slashers. So I mean when I get in the lane, my guy, I'm dunking on you. You don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I think NBA Street kind of balanced that out with being able to jump 40 feet in the air and block
100%.
pretty much
Right.
the goal 10 and all that. So I guess it would still work today, actually.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be an issue because not to mention just the combos that you could do, knocking people down, getting them back up, crossing the crap out of them again, hitting them in the head with the ball, bouncing that. The combos. Like that's what made Arkham Asylum and Arkham City so good. The fight system that they use in Batman was what impressed me the most. When I got into the fightings in the game,
Just the way he's maneuvering around everybody and punching and it just kind of really felt like. What about that new games? What is it, like Sneefu or something like that? Or Sifu?
What's that? Oh, Sifu. I heard about that. I haven't played it though.
I'm gonna check that out because it looked like the fighting engine on that looks pretty dynamic.
I literally, Elden Ring just made me jump in. Elden Ring just made me jump in strictly on just how well it was getting reviewed. Like I was like, because I never played any of the Souls games, but I kept seeing like IGN said it was a 10 and how much of a masterpiece it was. I kept seeing everybody else talk about how much a masterpiece it was. And I'm like, dang, because I hadn't bought the last game that I bought was Far Cry 6.
Is Elden Ring on Xbox? Because I might have to buy that because everybody's talking about it.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, okay, George said it is. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, Spider-Man for PS4 is fire. But
I was just about to point that out. I was just about to say Spider-Man.
I haven't played that one. I only played the Miles Morales one, and that crap is fire too. But
I have the Spider-Man, the PS4 one. Actually, that's one of the. I only got 2 games on my PS4. That's definitely a good one.
I've heard.
And you know what this gives me vibes of that I played that I really loved that nobody really brought up like that was what's that game? Dark Arisen. What's the Dragon's Dogma?
Hey,
I love Dragon's Dogma, but
for those
nobody ever
still
seems
watching,
to mention it.
For those that are still watching, the poll is up, so y'all can vote on who had the best list this week.
Me.
You could if I need to space it out to see it. I don't know why I post. Hold on, let me see if I can space it some. Yeah, because I knew the list was gonna be disrespectful though because there's so many. Like the games that I had to leave off of mine just made me sad. I was like, bro, I can't. Like,
Well, if we're gonna be real though, like every list actually, had bangers on them. It's just, top five bangers. I don't know, but I feel like your list was like more modern day top five.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Mine
yeah.
was kind of like PS1 era with a little dab of NES, and I feel like George's was similar. He had like a mixture of the PS1 Dreamcast era with
Yeah.
the you know Xbox
I
360
like the
era.
way I
So
like the way
Yeah.
I like the way that y'all comprise y'all's though. Like I wish I had have done it like that, but like because if I had have, like I said, I would have had to put Super Mario 3 on there. Um I almost wanted to go like different genres like y'all did too. So like have a fighting game, have a shooter, have if I had to pick a shooter, I don't know which one. It would be Call of Duty or Halo because I used to play. I can't remember which Halo it was. It might be 3. Like
three
George was.
was
I played
I love
Halo.
3.
I was playing Halo so heavily that one morning I left. I will never forget this. One morning I left the house. I was getting ready to go to work, and somebody cranked their car or was like driving or something like that. But for whatever reason, in my head, I heard a ghost on like the ghost on Halo, and I legitimately, with my physical body, got ready to jump so that the ghost didn't hit me and I died. Literally, that's how much I've been playing Halo. Like I heard the sound of like, oh snap, I gotta jump. And I was like, bro, you have to stop playing Halo. That's ridiculous. I will never forget that crap. And I was
I'm
outside
gonna
of
have
the
to
building.
say Modern Warfare 2 for me though, as far as first person shooters. Like I probably put more time in that than I've any.
I put some heavy time in the Vanguard this year. Vanguard was way better. Vanguard was way better than I expected it to be. Um,
It's, it's all
Honestly,
right.
It's just so many of them. I just kind of got burnt out on Call of Duty, but I do love Call of Duty overall, mostly around the Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 era. Like
Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops to me are probably because Black Ops, if I'm not
I
mistaken,
never really liked Black. I never understood why people like Black Ops. Like I guess here's my thing. Here's my
listen,
thing.
right? Because I used to
See,
run around stabbing people only. I didn't even use a gun. I just stab you in your neck.
that's what I'm about to say. I feel like Black because I'm more of a camper. I'm not gonna lie. So I use the FAL. I
At
would I
least you
would
say that.
have I would have smoke grenades and I would have the mines, the Claymore mines, and I would set
Mhm.
up and I'd be popping people. And they show that you popped them, they try to come after you. I leave, I throw a smoke
Oh,
in there, they'll hit the Claymore,
bro,
they'll die.
I
I was
think you
out of
talking
there.
about the same one I'm talking about. I used to.
Oh man,
I cannot remember the name of that board. Are you talking about the one that had cameras on there that you
With
could set
board,
a
all the
camera in?
boards, honestly. No, but I'll
Man,
put a Claymore mine, just a mine. You know what I
bruh,
mean? Like
one of my favorite Call of Duties had you of course it had explosives like you had claymores, but there was one that you could place a camera, and I used to snipe. I used to snipe, and I put a camera downstairs, and then there was a window that was like there was a window up over this corridor that like it was a long corridor that people used to run through or whatever. So I snipe from there. People get pissed off that I'd be picking them off, and then when they come up the stairs, I see them on the camera. I didn't do anything. I jump out the window real quick, run around run around the building, and they didn't know I was behind them. Pop them in the head and go right back to my spot. That
people
crap
would sleep
was
on smoke grenades, man. People would sleep on smoke grenades
and
because they
do
were very versatile. They'll get you out of
yeah.
situations. If you're getting hemmed up on, throw a smoke and then run out the building, jump out the window, and they'll be shooting. Or I would just go and I would see like a group of people. I'll throw
who said
smoke and
perfect
they'll
dark? Ah, look at that, perfect dark.
People
perfect
people
Perfect
dark.
Dark
be
made my list.
people be
Perfect dark was
spraying
Perfect
and
cool.
spraying
dark,
too
man.
though.
I love Perfect
People
Dark.
GoldenEye is definitely one of the best games of all time. That goes without saying. Like but that's what I'm saying. It's hard to again. The list was gonna be disrespectful regardless because it's hard to.
Perfect dark will get you motion sickness if you play a little too long. At least for me,
I don't think I
Uh,
played
I
that.
used to get motion sickness.
you
All
never,
that.
you never played Perfect Dark?
What
Uh-uh.
happened?
Oh man, no, he never played Perfect Dark. Hey,
Mm-mm.
Perfect Dark is basically GoldenEye but better.
What
Yeah,
Perfect
better in
dark
every
was it,
single
man.
way.
is it, James Bond?
No,
Mm-mm.
it is. I think
Okay.
what happened was they lost the rights after GoldenEye, so they made Perfect Dark as kind of a sequel without using the 007 license.
What about y'all brought up scary games earlier when Resident Evil, which you can't ever hate on Resident Evil, really. I
You know,
need
I've
to get
never
to
played
it.
it. I've never played it, not one time.
I need to get.
What, Resident Evil?
You got to
Yeah.
fix that, bro. You got to fix that.
The problem, my problem is I'm a social video game player.
I got
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like if I go visit somebody and they got a video game, I might play it. But like
So that's
most
where
of
you
the,
get all the arcade list and things like that from.
right. So like for me, at least back in the day, I played more by myself. I don't play now. Like I in my mind when I sit down and pick up a video game, I'm like, man, I gotta go finish this page or I gotta go draw this thing or whatever. But
I've never
you know what I mean?
once
Like for
understood-
me, like I'm a social dude, which is why like I'm a multiplayer person. Like, all right, let's
Hey.
go play that No Mercy. Let's go play that, you know, Madden.
talk about social games. Rock Band, freaking Rock
I've
Band.
never played that, dude. Never.
Freaking Rock Band, bro, was phenomenal.
I
Guitar
like
Hero.
games like Guitar Hero and stuff, but I didn't really play it with people, so I didn't get that
Man.
experience like that.
Man, me and my ex-wife used to be destroying on Rock Band, bro. She got raw on the guitar, and I played the drums. Me and Danny used to do that crap. I cannot remember the God, what was it, man? Danny, the Bad Reputation. I want to say Danny was the first person I saw play that crap, and I was like, bruh, yo, you are a beast right now. Hold on, let me try. Like it was that crap was Rock Band. I still would play that hard right now, especially as a party game. I don't know if you can get better than that. Besides, like Mario 64. Ain't Mario 64 set up for that to be played in parties? Or am I thinking about Galaxy?
Nah, but
Galaxy
Mario
had the
64?
other controller where you can play, collect
You
the
might-
stars, I guess.
you might just be thinking about Mario Party, like the series itself. Like
Yeah,
the party
Mario
game.
Party I played. I
Probably
played
it probably
Mario
was Mario Party I'm thinking about. I didn't for scary games. I still think the scariest game I've ever played that actually made me concerned was Dead Space. That joint changed the game for me, bro. Because Resident Evil, all right, bet. Like the liquor got me. The first time I ran into the liquor, that crap effed my world up. I'm not gonna lie.
The what?
The liquor.
The liquor from our Resident Evil 2.
Oh, his name the liquor. I thought he
Yeah.
was talking about.
Oh, you talking about? Are you talking about Dead
I thought he
Space?
was talking about liquor. He's like, man,
No,
when that
no.
liquor
I'm
hit.
talking on Resident Evil. The first thing that effed me up
yeah.
on Resident Evil that actually scared me was the liquor. The liquor.
Yeah.
The first time I saw it. Because and the only reason it scared me was because I had the TV up stupid loud. But there was a scene. I can't remember what Resident Evil it is, but like you know how Resident Evil set the stage for scary camera angles because they would have you literally looking out a hallway like this, and there's zombies all behind you. And then you turn around, and it's like 5 of them. But on this stage, you were looking down the corridor. You get ready to start walking, and when you get about midway down the hallway, something flashes past the window to your left, and I think the liquor busts through the glass and then gets up on the wall, and then that's the first time you see it. It was that crap effed my world up. But Dead Space, that was before Dead Space came out. But Dead Space, like the thing I love about Dead Space is if you see like Resident Evil, sometimes you're not gonna have to deal with it. If you see a thing on Dead Space, there's no going around it. There's no alternate route. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to deal with it.
I guess my issue with a lot of these games that weren't like even Resident Evil had this problem in the later games is that they would have a good scary setup the first half of the game, and then eventually you get enough weapons and ammo and things like that to kind of. But I mean, Dead Space to me was pretty scary at first, and then it actually got frustrating to me though, right? Because I felt like I was always low on ammo. I think the first Dead Space kind of had an issue with. That was during the era, like the 360 era. That was during the era where I put everything on the hardest mode available.
I always do.
I still do that. I still do that to this day. Yeah. But like that's when I started. Because I think the Xbox 360 era is when they started getting really simple with the games, man. Because Sega Genesis era and all that, it was hard by default. Like you had no choice but to be put through the gauntlet, But then Xbox 360, I think the first game that really let me see that they were really getting real easy on the difficulty was that Prince of Persia on the
I
360, the
never
one that
played
had
that.
that it had like the animated look,
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah,
cell
you die.
shade. You literally couldn't die. I was playing. I was like, bro, you cannot die in the game. Like you would fall and the girl would pick you back up every time. Like there was no point of
Whoa.
having jumping. There was no point of having boss battles. It was just like you never died. There was no
That's crazy.
risk of having to lose any progress or anything. So yeah, that's when I started putting everything on the hardest mode, and I still do that. Except for Resident Evil 2 remake, I kind of regret that I did because that is hard as hell.
See, I play on the
Yeah, it
hardest
is.
level only because I want to get better faster. I want to be really good fast, or I want to be elite by the time. Even if it takes me a longer time to get good, I'm getting good against the hardest level it is. So by the time I get ready to start playing other people, most people don't play on the hardest level, so I should already have a leg up on them. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Hmm.
way I think about it. Because that's why when I started playing Madden, I always played all Madden, always. So because
What?
to me, it's far easier to figure out what a person's going to do than it is a computer. A lot of people feel like playing a computer is easier than a person. For me, I can all people when you're playing Madden. I don't care what
Have
the game is,
patterns and stuff.
but yeah, in Madden you have patterns. I know what. Once I figure out what your core plays are, you got 3 to 5, especially on
Hmm.
offense.
Hmm.
Uh, and then it becomes situational. So once I know what your 3 to 5 are, now I just need to figure out when you're gonna deploy them. And on defense, you're gonna have usually packages, but the best players I've run into on Madden, because I mean nowadays I stopped playing Madden only because at this point glitching is the way to go. Like every people don't even attempt to play straight up no more. Like literally people watch. Who said that? I can't beat them in Madden. Oh, man, if you don't shut up.
Hey, that's what you should do though, man. Get a little
Morgan, you
tournament
can't beat
going
me in
online. We
Madden.
can get online or something and stream
I said it. Yeah,
and stream
very,
that I'm a
very clearly.
put all y'all on the ground. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's what I
Bro,
do.
I don't know
listen.
about that, sir. The only thing I
Y'all
That's what
hated
I
sound
about
does.
Madden,
crazy.
the only thing I hated about Madden is the tendency for them to just decide the computer's like, yeah, I'm gonna beat you today. Like you'll see the Superman interceptions, like the receiver will be like 2 yards down beyond like the cornerback,
The
and
only
you
time I
you
get mad,
push it over.
I don't get mad with the computer with that because I can handle that and I can adjust to that. What people do nowadays is use like literally there are whole YouTube channels dedicated to teaching you the glitches in the game and how to exploit them. That for me takes away from the reason I play Madden is to outthink you in playing along with the stick skills. That's what makes it fun. So if I lose to somebody because they outthought me, they outplayed me, I have no issue with that. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time when I lose, not even most of the time, if I no, there if somebody beats me straight up, then I'll just respect the crap out of them. You know what I'm saying for that. But nowadays, like especially when you play franchise leagues and stuff like that, my brother Ty could tell you, bro. Like I had to stop playing Madden altogether because people literally have no shame whatsoever about cheating. It's literally the way to go now, and this whole YouTube channel is dedicated to it. So I just jump out. If we balling and it's just us, I'm all for that. I have the time of my life. But I'm playing because of respect to the game and because of football and us. It's a chess match. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it fun for me. But if you glitching, I'm good. I don't want to play like that.
Glitching.
Um,
You
Well,
could just
if y'all wanna throw hands on any game, I'm down because
Man,
I'm
listen.
deadly. I'm deadly on them sticks. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
Hey, I am too, but I don't. You tell me what game, because Tekken. Look, I'll tell you the games I talk trash about: Tekken, Madden, Soul Calibur. Uh, as far as games to be competitive in, those Tekken, I'll accept all smoke from anybody on Tekken. I don't care who it is, especially
hey,
Tekken.
I know I got a boy who could. Yeah, I'll play. Have you play against my boy because he plays that all day. I'm good at fighting games. I like Tekken, but I just feel like Tekken just has too many moves, man. Just way too many moves, right? Like to the point
You
where it's
can't
just
never
like
have too many moves. That's crazy.
they only have like 113 moves per character. I'm just like, bro, I don't got time to be sitting here learning every move
Hey, it's
times
still about
40.
timing though. It still comes down to timing and when you're gonna deploy said moves. So I mean, it's not like when you playing Street Fighter and somebody knows how to use Zangief really good, or you playing is it Tech? Or you playing Tekken, and somebody got King and they know how to do that ultimate combo. Who is this talking trash?
It
Please.
say Facebook user. I can't see who it is.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It just says Facebook user. They gotta I can't remember what channel you gotta be watching on to do that, but they gotta be watching from inside the group page, I think. This is come on, bro, stop it. Cause I will put you on blast, bro. Like you can record games.
Hey, listen, when we ever get in the same place
You don't want-
we don't even gotta be. We can get online.
I don't have
okay.
all that, dude. I ain't got that.
Don't do this, Javon, bro.
If we get in the same place, somebody bring a system. We gonna call.
Okay.
It.
Hey, listen.
Get that Madden. Get that
that's
Madden.
You don't want. Come on, man.
Nah, you come on, man.
Come on, bro. Terrell, come on, bro. Stop it.
I'm just gonna
What did you say you can
quiet
beat me in?
and wreck y'all when the time comes.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I love it.
I'm a trash
George,
talker.
I don't want to beat you because
like...
I want you to come back on my show, man. I don't want to beat you because then you might not want to come back.
Like
I'm a legit trash talker. I feel like I unlock extra powers when I talk trash. Like if I'm quiet, I'm more prone to lose, man. I gotta get in your head, bro.
See for me.
Now I don't talk trash until you talk. If somebody talks trash, then I'm gonna talk trash.
I love it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna come in giving smoke unless you ask for it, especially in Madden.
Right.
Madden, I'm gonna be quiet, and because usually my boys would be like, what usually happens is my boys would be like, you know what I'm saying, they'll play the person and they be like, yo, that's what's up, but you can't be my boy Ward or whatever. They'll talk me up. Like literally when I was at A&T, they would put their money up for me to go play people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, I'm not like, it's cool. People can say what they want. It's fine, you know what I mean? Say whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is they literally have ways to record games to stream them. I can stream it on my page. We can stream it wherever. Whoever's talking trash, Tyrell, all right. I mean, you know, okay.
I'm in there. If y'all ever hop on, let me know because I'm in there.
I'm dead.
Give me any fighters, any shooters, any system. I don't.
George, do you play Call? Well, you said you don't like Vanguard like that.
Okay. This is me. Every year, I tell myself I'm not going to buy a Call of Duty game. Right?
Yeah.
I have every single one except for the first one right now. Like all of them. Call of Duty 2. I got Vanguard. I think like Modern Warfare, like the reboot, is probably the best one in the last 5 years. No, I play. Like
Vanguard. We need to hop on and bust some heads on Vanguard, bro. Drew, you too, bro. Like, Javon don't have.
I don't even have Vanguard, but I'll hop on.
I got a PS4, but I don't have it. It ain't set up on the internet or nothing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to, you know, because I'm playing on the 5, but I mean, we can do that whenever, George. You just let me know, bro.
Call of Duty, I'm playing on Series X, but I gotta see what I got on my PS5.
Yeah, I mean, just let me know because I mean, Tekken, that's definitely gonna happen because I'm tired of people bumping their gums about that. I just need to know if you use Law because Law is my guy. So I don't want nobody else using Law but me. And if you do, I'm gonna have to destroy you till you feel like you should never touch him again.
I'm an Oscar player, so
all right. Okay,
I'm gonna reverse all of that. Like, it doesn't matter. That's just what I do. y'all can respect the hands one day. I promise.
I hope we play tag, bro. Like I want to play Tekken tag because I swear to beans, I will just give you like, you know what I'm saying. I'll throw out like some pebbles first. Again, there's levels and stuff. You know what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna give you like heavy energy first, bro. I gotta see where you at. So like, I probably won't even use Law early. I probably use like Raven. And I don't know. It depends on which Tekken we're playing. If we're playing Tekken Tag, though, I'm definitely gonna use Raven. I haven't played, so I'll probably brush up on it. But and Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur, my guy is everybody used to like to use Siegfried. What's my guy? Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi is my guy.
Oh, I would destroy your.
I'm a Swan Nina kind of guy, you know.
Who destroyed who?
I get
With
like
who?
Wong. I play Wong all day. I will. I
Y'all can make me
swear.
go buy these games, bro. Like y'all can make. I'm gonna leave work tomorrow and be like, man, let me go buy. I'm gonna go buy the games and put y'all's names on the games. I'm gonna be like, this is for George, this is for Drew, and this is for Javon. Whenever he get that joint, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get these
Listen,
boys.
don't start, man. Because when
Bro,
you be getting L's on this show, you don't say nothing, man.
I could call Ty right. Give me a second. Before we get off this live. Before we get off this live, you because you think it's a game, but like I'm like some type of freaking amateur.
You
Or
be
something.
getting L's in this show, and you don't want to cop to it. So you ain't
Bro,
never
like
gonna
I
cop to
said,
it if you get
like
if
I
I get
said,
if you get this smoke
I'm gonna get that
from
scoreboard.
Madden. If you
I'ma
get
get
this
that
Madden
scoreboard.
smoke,
Hey, big bro.
which Madden we playing, man? Which one we playing?
Oh no.
Let's do. But
I'm
people on
doing
the
a show.
phone. You on the show?
I'm doing a show live.
You put us on hold.
These dudes. No, y'all
You
not on hold.
understand this, man? Just put us on
I
hold.
called him so he could. So I'm on live. You know what I'm saying? We're
Lord
doing the top 5 games of all time, right? So people in the comments are talking trash about beat me in Madden. And I'm like, bruh, no, you're not. That's not gonna happen. Like I not even played Madden this year, and please tell these people, man, like it's not a game. At least unless they glitching or something. Like if you glitching, maybe, but no glitches is not gonna happen.
I can be heard.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay. And is cursing allowed?
People curse all the time.
Really and candid.
Yeah, go ahead. Do just.
Okay. Excuse me. All right, hold on. I'm gonna take a shot of turn on the apple and light a cigar.
Dang, bro. Y'all done made my guy go get a crown, some crown, and a cigar. Hey, listen, y'all. I'm just trying to prepare y'all for what you asked for. Javon talking trash, so
I don't need to call somebody to tell them to let people know that I can play Madden. I'll just tell you that I can play Madden.
This is coming from a dude that plays Madden 24/7 all the time.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah, they can hear you, bro.
Off the rip.
I'm gonna need y'all to set something up.
Talented, scheme wise, and stick wise Madden player I have probably ever met. He makes me better. I've been frustrated to the point where I wanted to punch him upside his head sitting right there.
He's talking about you?
Yes.
Fucker can play Madden. Now, if he were to get back into it like we were back in the day, I would guarantee, and when I say guarantee, I'm willing to put up my money on him versus anybody, anytime, anywhere. And I'm not talking $20, $50. I'm willing to bet $250 on Horace versus anybody.
I'm not gonna lie. You can have Madden because I'm not really like polished on Madden like that. But if we talking about anything like Dragon Ball Fighters or any,
how much you say he putting up?
He said he's willing to put up $250 on me for Madden, and I have not played Madden in 2 years. I
haven't played Madden either though. So we coming in. I haven't played Madden in. I haven't played Madden. My son is 3 years old. I haven't played Madden in 3 years.
Bro, I went.
So you don't get 2 days to.
Bro,
nah. We go in cold.
My son was born in 2009. I did not play Madden for 10 years because my son would not allow it because he had a radar for when I was playing Madden, and he would wake up and he would be either hungry.
But that ain't what you just said, though.
Yeah,
no, what I'm telling you is I literally retired from playing Madden and came back, and I still was just as good.
Okay.
I didn't play for 10 years.
Okay, so you don't need 2 days to get ready.
I'm telling you, you don't want this. All I'm telling you is
Javon, I honestly thought you were playing. He would probably play you now, and you would score a touchdown.
I wouldn't what?
But not a touchdown.
You're not gonna. You don't understand what you're doing, bro.
Listen, y'all lucky I ain't in Carolina right now. Y'all lucky I ain't in Carolina right now. You know what, man?
I just wanted to make sure.
I just want to make sure this man said I ain't scoring a touchdown.
Got off the line. But at this point, we said
put your $250 up for that touchdown.
they talk about Tekken too. So my boy Drew was like, when we get ready to play, you know what I'm saying?
254.
Like,
Man, they're gonna shut me out. Whatever.
I told him that. That's what I'm saying. So, see, he said Tekken Tag too. Y'all let me know. I'll go buy Tekken Tag tomorrow, and we can get it on. Now, y'all just let me know what's up. Javon, you play Tekken Tag? No.
No, I don't play that.
I just beat the top 30th rank before I played my match.
I mean,
top 30th ranked person in the nation.
I'm gonna get off with you, bro, so I can close the show out. But I wanted to make sure Javon, because we on live, so I want to make sure he had.
I know Javon is a very, very live-spirited individual. I love his personality.
Yeah.
But sometimes his mouth be writing checks that I don't think.
Tell me when I've said anything that I did not back up.
Hey, listen. All I'm telling you can't
Please
back
tell
this
me.
up.
Please tell me. Please tell me.
I want to be there.
Because I ain't lost the debate on this show yet.
That is.
I ain't lost the debate on this show yet.
Well, drunk
this
man,
this man above me.
Bro, I call you back.
All right, bro.
I'll be darned. I'll be darned.
Hey, listen, Drew.
Y'all don't know how competitive I am.
I'm very competitive too, and I'm just trying to.
You ain't gonna be disrespectful like that. Be like, I ain't gonna score a touchdown.
I'm trying to help you before you get on these madness sticks because you sound crazy.
All right, okay. Then you get beat.
Drew already
gonna be like, I ain't played in 10 years.
I'll play you, but I ain't. But UFC 3, we can run that.
Absolutely, I would love to. But
run standing bang though, because that grapple is broken, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's the one thing that makes me not want to play that game.
I don't like I'm always throwing hands anyway. But I really wish I could go back and get the player. I any game I get into, if I can create my own player, that's gonna put me in a whole different world. So I made Kratos. I made a scar and everything on his face. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could go back and use his exact moveset and all that stuff. How you customize it. I don't even remember who I use outside of my own character. But yeah, we could set that up. George, you said you play Tekken, right?
Yeah, I play Tekken. I play Street Fighter. I play Mortal Kombat. Like any of them.
I'm not gonna talk trash about Mortal Kombat only because I'm rusty at the moment. Mortal Kombat 10 though, Jason Voorhees, bruh. Oh my god, I love playing with that dude so much, bruh. It was I might download that game tonight. I might download because PS5 is back playing it. Yeah, I might have to download that joint tonight, bruh. Drew, you play that? You play Mortal Kombat?
Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me.
You ain't have to look at me with so much disdain, though.
I'm saying if it's a fighting game, these hands will fly. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Tekken. I'll get on Tekken, but I just need to brush up a little bit, But yeah, if it's a fighting game,
like,
people don't know how godly I am with the stick sometimes, man.
It's just you gave me that look like what? What did you say?
I'll send people in the next dimension on these fighting games,
oh
bro.
My God. Yeah, we definitely gonna do this.
I'm Vegeta out here.
Give me a fighting game. Let's go. I don't care what it is.
Dang, George. God almighty. This dude said it don't even matter what game it is.
George is a little scary, man. He's a little too calm for me.
Yeah, I know. It's concerning. I feel like he might dust us, bro. Like, he's not even.
Oh, you see, I ain't trash talking George. I'm not trash talking.
I ain't saying nothing to him either. I'm just saying
this man went through his list. On my show, we went through his whole list of games, and I'm sitting there like, I got nothing for you, man. Hey, listen, I'll play you. I go in.
George got my respect. I don't know, I don't know how good he is, but he's making it look really good. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like
speaking of. This is a little segue, but George, I be looking at your page all the time, bro, and I be like wondering, where do you get all the time to draw as much as you do? Like, it's insane, bro. You have a strip, like every time I look up, you got a new strip, you got a new book, you got a new fan art, you got a new something, and I'm just like, dog, he is just.
It's amazing, bro.
Yeah,
he's an animal.
That's what it is.
Animal.
I don't sleep, man. If y'all even knew the stuff that I'm working on, that's not even mine, it's insane. Um, I don't sleep. I drink a lot of coffee. I draw during the day. I draw during the night. I
So,
mean,
Like,
that's
bro,
what
is
we.
it,
I work around the clock on my games and stuff, and I know games. It takes more before I can show off anything that's worthwhile looking at. But
so
your
it
work
sound like
ethic
to
is
me, George
insane.
saying it sound like to me, George saying, look, I be busy with my business stuff, but I'll still give y'all all the work in the world, but I'm not gonna practice. That's what I heard. Now y'all heard all the rest of that stuff. I heard him say, I'm literally not gonna practice because I don't have time, and I'm still gonna destroy you. That's what I heard. But maybe that's because I'm competitive. That's just all I
No,
heard.
George
I
is
heard
in a
all that just
hyperbolic
like when
time
Andrew
chamber
looked at
because
me.
there's no way.
I heard all
There's
that just
literally
like
no
when
way.
Andrew looked at me, and I was like, Drew, what'd you say about whatever game I asked you about? You just gave me that look like, nigga, what? And I was like, oh, okay. he definitely
Woo!
he definitely gave me the nigga. What you say? I was like, oh,
Yeah, that was I didn't mean to do that. It just came out. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
It just came
I
out. I was
know,
like,
but
what game?
that let me know how serious it is. But that's how I felt when Javon said he was gonna whoop me in bad, and I was like, you what?
I
What
didn't
did
say
you
whoop
say?
you. I said I'm gonna beat you. You keep
Do,
saying whoop.
do you mean like 1 out of 20 times, or do you mean
No, I
like
mean like we will play one. I'm not you that needs to play somebody 13 times to prove I'm better than them. I can play you one time and call it. I got things to do, man.
hold
What
on?
you want a best
Hold on.
of three? We can do best of
That's all.
three.
I was about to say that's already disrespectful. I mean, how you gonna talk about I could beat somebody in a game? I'm a one and done it.
I
Nah,
didn't say one
that's
and
not
done.
how
I said I
anything
got
works.
things to do. If I can barely have time to play video games right now, you think I got time to sit and play 14 times so we can
George
figure
got
out?
time. George got time. Be
I'm
like
happy for
George.
George. I am. I truly am.
Be
I
like
ain't got
George.
time.
Sir.
I got. Here's the thing. I got two screens right here. I got this one. I got that one. I be doing both of the things at the same time because that's all I can do. But I
See,
can't play
Hey,
Madden.
listen, he manages time better than me, and I appreciate that.
hey, all I know is all this smoke that started tonight is great, and I'm very excited about. Like literally, we're gonna have to live stream it. I might live stream it. I'm trying. I know
You
I can set
got
up.
to.
I know you can switch up. I think you. I know I have my stream for like I have a stream for when I play 2K. I had a stream for when I was playing Last of Us, the second one. So I probably could stream it there. But we need to see if we can simulcast. I don't know if you. I mean, I'm sure we can do that on Twitch somehow. But I don't. George probably know better than I do.
I don't do a lot of streaming, but I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do it on Twitch.
Yeah, we're gonna have. I mean, but we. So whenever we do this, first we need to decide what games we're doing because
I just put a list of what you're good at, and I put a list of what I'm good at. We all do that, and then we just, find the common ones and
I was gonna
hop
say
on and
I feel like this is a Batman prep time conversation.
yeah.
Like, I'm Superman in this situation though, so I just so you know,
Look at my shirt, son.
man, you don't
He do got he do got on the
You brought
shirt.
it up.
but
He
you
do
don't
got on the
have
shirt.
but you don't play though. You like
You know
you
what I'm
just said
saying?
you don't have
I
time to
got Madden
play.
right there. If I need to brush up, I can just pull out and play Madden right now.
You really should let the Madden thing go. Let's play something else because there's no point in even.
You're right. I should. I don't want to embarrass you. I don't want you to talk all this trash and then you lose. And then you're going to be like, well, I ain't playing like 15 years because my son told me not to play. And then they got a new
My son
Batman
didn't tell
and
me
they
not to
got new
play.
controllers.
My
And
son
then
didn't.
So I know.
Come on
So
now.
Go ahead, Drew.
my black behind ain't 8, and everything about to be closing soon. So I'm gonna go grab some grub and then get
Yeah,
back to the lab. But we gonna figure it out, man. Figure it out. We gonna
I'll message y'all to set it up. We just gonna have to I'm gonna set up a group in a minute, and then we can just talk trash in there and figure out what we're gonna play. Cause me and Javon, I don't know what we're gonna do about this Madden thing.
We'll figure it out.
I'm already irritated.
Yeah,
But
it has to happen at this point.
yeah,
Like,
it does have to happen for sure.
I
I
think
think
we all gonna have our own good game, game that we're the best at,
I don't
I
think
feel
so.
like mine is gonna be, UFC 3. Marvel's Capcom 2, 3. Is gonna be NBA
I
Street.
gotta tap
It's
out,
gonna
guys.
be
It's been a
You can let
pleasure.
you can
Drew,
let
oh yeah, yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
go.
Hey,
George, I
nice to
gotta
meet you,
tap
man.
out. We'll
All right,
definitely work
everybody.
it out, yo.
You
Of
can
course.
let UFC go. But we'll talk trash about that in the group. You can let that go though, I promise. I appreciate y'all. Y'all two freaking giants in this
Hey
industry,
man,
man.
appreciate you, man.
Oh
I
man,
appreciate
Cause
appreciate
y'all
you as
coming
well,
through,
man.
bro.
let
We
me know
definitely
when
got
you're doing another one, bro. Cause I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come
yeah,
back.
no, that's what I'm saying. We definitely got to do another one. We just got to figure out what I'll do next time is make sure that we're all in the group to decide what the criteria is, so that y'all can see what I was talking about. Because before we were talking about criteria, we got into like huge arguments about like how to use them, like how to divide it up and stuff like that. So I'll let y'all be in a group, and then we'll figure that out, and then we'll figure out what show we're gonna do next,
Okay.
or what to do the next list about. But man, I appreciate y'all. Hey, look, y'all have not. If you do not know who these two men are, they are famous enough that if you just type in their name on Google, you ain't gonna gotta go. You're not gonna have to go and like find, figure out. Okay, I know he's not white, so I need to like click past this picture, click past this picture. You don't even have to do that. Their face is the first thing that come up. So if you type in Andrew Augustine, did I say it right?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So if you
I
type
know
in
it don't got no e at the end, so just remember it's just pronounced with an e.
if you type in Andrew Augustine or George Gant, their faces will come up first, along with the incredible work that they're doing, which is Beware Tyler for George Gant, Notion Games for Andrew Augustine. Man, huge moves in the industry. Thank y'all so much for coming through, bro. We
We
definitely gonna do it
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
For
Thank you for
sure.
having us. Man,
of
this
course,
Let
this
me
is
man.
know.
awesome.
I appreciate y'all, bro. We'll see y'all next week. We'll announce the topic. Yeah, I think right now, as of right now, Drew is winning the list.
That's
I
what I'm
don't like it.
talking about.
I don't like it at
You
all.
know what I'm saying? That's what I do. That's what
I
I'm
don't
trying to
like
tell
it at
y'all,
all.
man. My list. I'm just too cold, bro. I keep
I
trying to
can't
tell y'all,
believe
like,
Danny
I
has a vote. Why does Danny have a vote? This is
you can you not vote for yourself?
nah. You can't vote. No, you can't. I mean, you could, but if you lame,
it's a,
that's some Danny Quick stuff. Danny Quick votes for himself. He does it all the time. So I mean, you can vote for yourself, but I mean, it ain't gonna be a good look. I mean, you can do it though. It don't matter. Uh, but I appreciate y'all, man. We definitely going to do it again. I'm about to hit this group up now so I can talk trash.
all right,
For
my brother.
everybody else, love y'all. We'll announce the topic soon. See y'all next week.
All
All
right,
right.
man. Y'all take it easy. Appreciate you,
All
man.
right. All
Yeah,
right. Have
man.
a good night,
Appreciate y'all.
everybody.